So chat needs to go in there and start asking about Devin's wyvern now, apparently, which we want you to do. So, anyway, welcome to Reality Break, where we take a break from the real world to play some Dungeons and Dragons. One day, Claire's gonna get in on it, and it's gonna be spectacular. That's fair. That's fair. You don't want to interrupt your roommates or living situation. I definitely do get that. Yeah. Well, there you go. So, problem solved. Just get a deaf roommate. That's what you need to do. That's the solution to any problem, really, is just getting a deaf roommate. Anyway, nope, we shouldn't be. Wait. Ha-ha! Haha! Alright. I noticed this problem come up earlier, so I think I know how to fix it. Okay, so boop. Yeah, okay. Alright. Nope, that didn't work. Okay, so, yep. Alright, so we gotta start over from scratch, because we're all gonna have a great time. Hi, everyone. For once, you can only hear me. This is very exciting. Okay, so you still can't get heard. What the heck? No. This is freaking fantastic. Why is this not working now? All right. When she smiles, da-ba-da-ba-da. Okay, add executable. Hey,
oh, there's no music either.
Yep. I'm working on it.
Oh, yes, there we are.
Yep. Yes, so there you're
We're really loud.
All right.
Or at least I'm really loud.
Browser 4, Skippy-Doo, and then Chrome.
You can't say skibbity. That means bad.
Yeah, it's a funny story about that, but, that is neither the time nor place. All right, so we should have me, we should have the party, and we should have Muzak. So.
Apparently, we're all very loud.
Okay, I will turn you all down. Okay. Mic check, everyone.
Mic check, mic check.
Hello.
Testing 1,
Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
All right. So, hugest of shout out to chat. And I'm guessing by chat, I mean, it's our very own Kaylee, our very own mother, keeping us on the straight and narrow. So that's very much appreciated. Thank you. So, all right. Welcome to Reality Break, where we take a break from the real world to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
There we go. So, hopefully everybody heard it that time. By the way, what better way, minus the technical difficulties, what better way to start a Tuesday session than with a hype train? So thank you for everybody that contributed. It's greatly appreciated. There's nothing better than just random love, We love ourselves some random love. So,
you're schmoozing. What do you want?
I am a schmoozer. I just want to be involved. That's all. So, we are continuing with part 2 of our trilogy of one-shots mini-series provided by the lovely folks at Dragon's Nest Delivery. So this chapter, if you will, is called A Stormy Night, which has our heroes battling the elements of winter and enjoying the festive Christmas spirit, because, it's Christmas in June? Almost July.
Almost
July. Christmas in almost July. So, to start us off, I'm going to go over our relationship. Partnership.
Religion.
Losing my religion. Our partnership with Dragon's Nest Delivery. So, at Dragon's Nest Delivery, dragonsnestdelivery.com, you get a goodie bag of product every month if you sign up for a subscription service or as a one-time purchase. You get a digital one-shot that comes with music. You get dice, 2 sets of dice. You get minis. You get snacks. You get stickers sometimes. You get a cool bag. and more. And the themes change every month. They try to keep it seasonal, but you get you can get some new items, you get some new classes, some new characters even, and it's just good fun. So if you go to dragonsnestdelivery.com and you use our code RealityBreak, capital R, capital B, all one word, you get a discount at purchase. And that discount does include the 1 month subscription, 1 month purchase, and the monthly subscription. So once again, dragonsnestdelivery.com, code RealityBreak, capital R, capital B at checkout. And we thank Reality Break. We thank ourselves for being here. And we also thank Dragon's Nest Delivery for partnering with us. And they didn't exactly sponsor these one-shots, but we got them as part of our agreement, or part of our relationship with them. So it's been very cool to do this, and we're very excited to go on to the continue on telling the story. Devin, do we have any other partnerships going on right now?
No. I'm just
Okay.
kidding. We have Hexwood Creation, where you'll find Art, a very skilled and talented wood maker, carpenter. He creates wooden dice boxes, other wooden goodies, wizard staves, like insane amount of things. And the variety that you can get of these dice boxes and their inserts, you can stack them until, I was gonna say until they fall over, but they won't, because they're magnetic and they hold like insane. So
You could have a literal dice tower.
Mm-hmm.
actually, you could have- no, a
clever.
literal dice tower.
Yeah, that's clever,
Um,
Claire. Well done.
But yeah, if you go to, I think he has a Ko-Fi. I've put the link in the chat, and use code RB20, capital R, capital B, RB20. You'll get 5% off of your purchase, and then, we'll know that you got it.
We will?
And
We'll
he'll know that we sent you.
There we
He'll know that we know that you
go.
know
No.
that you bought a dice
So-
box.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you.
Yeah, I do what I can.
So, Christy,
Yes.
do we have an official Discord server that people can go and hang out at? I don't remember.
We do.
Oh,
we
sweet.
do, actually.
Sweet.
We have the Break Room, which is the Reality Break's official Discord server, and we have a whole bunch of channels in there where you can post memes or talk about Dungeons and Dragons or other TTRPGs.
Oh, sorry.
Or talk about cosplay or books. There's also channels where you can post that you want to host a game, or you're looking for a game, or just generally chat. And you should go check out our links to it down below, and go join the Break Room, where it's a good time.
There you go. Claire, if somebody's watching the stream and they see something funny or memorable or entertaining, what can they do with that information?
Well, they could write it down and keep notes, or a much simpler and more interactive option would be to create a clip of their best favorite moment. That way they can watch it as many times as they want, but they have to make sure they title it so that it's worthy for us to use in a clip reel one day, maybe if they're lucky enough. So you never know. Your clip just might be the number one hit. Your clip might make us famous. So go ahead and use that clip tool, because if you want to be responsible for our fame and fortune and have bragging rights, it's literally so easy. All you gotta do is clip.
There you go. You could be an OG fan. Devin,
What?
where else could people hang out with us on the internet besides on stream and in our official Discord server?
Musically.
Well, we have an Twitter. I'm not saying X. I refuse. We have a
X.
Twitter. We have a Blue Sky. We have YouTube. We have Instagram. We have TikTok. You can find us on all of these platforms at various times, posting various things. Most of them hilarious or informational or reimagined.
There we go. That's
Boom.
beautiful.
Boom. But
Oh.
you can find us there on a regular basis. If you want to follow us or just hang out, either way.
There you go.
On
We're
social media platforms, not in person. That'd be creepy.
That would be. I mean, unless like
Don't
we
find
know
us
you,
in person.
that would be OG move right there. That'd be gangster.
Listen, there's a reason that we do this online and not in person. We don't
Because
even
we don't
each
like
other in
hanging
person.
out with ourselves.
Hey, unless we go to some conventions someday, which
Ah,
I have plans.
don't you tempt
just
me.
saying.
Yes.
Y'all, there is a D&D cruise happening in 2025.
What is
I
this
think
about?
I heard about that. It's probably hella expensive. But would be hella
Worth it.
fun. Now, I mean, I can't say it
Worth
wouldn't be
it.
worth it. I'm not saying, I'm just saying. All I'm saying is that I'm saying.
All I'm saying is I'm saying.
All I'm saying is that I'm saying. Saying. Christy, do you want to do your plug for your side project that you have?
I would love to. My side project.
I don't know what else to
She's-
call it. You
She's
know.
got a piece on the side.
Well,
You know what she is?
If you, what? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna
What were you
say,
gonna
you know
say?
how Tool and James Maynard, and then there's a Perfect Circle, which is James Maynard's side project. We are Tool, you are James Maynard, and Ages of Ainur is a Perfect Circle.
Okay. Well, I don't know that I would say that, but that's all right. So, if you want more D&D in your life, you should go check out Ages of Ainur. That's AINOR, and they are another D&D stream that I stream with. Right now, I stream every other Saturday, so not this coming Saturday, but the next one. With Ages of Ainur, we're doing the Baldur's Gate Descent to Avernus adventure, which is like the prequel to Baldur's Gate 3, and it's really cool. And I'm really excited. And the players in that are excellent, and it's a lot of fun. On Friday night, so this coming Friday night, they're actually doing a long-running game of Curse of Strahd that's been going on for a really long time with some of the same people. So if you ever were curious about Curse of Strahd, that's a good one to check out as well. But if you want to see more me in about a week and a half, you can go check out the Baldur's Gate Descent to Avernus. And they also have a YouTube channel, so you can get caught up. We're on, I think the next one's going to be episode 8 of Descent to Avernus. So, yeah.
There you go.
That's my side project, I guess.
I like it. Yeah. Yeah, every great musician out there has a side project they work on. I mean, you think of Paul McCartney, Beatles, or Wings? Like, come on. Well,
Fair.
Wings wasn't really
Yeah.
a side project. That was like I need
It's
something
like a
else to do with my
post-Beatles
life.
thing.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
guess that one wasn't a great example. But anyway, so
Fine,
that is
fine.
everything with the spiel. So now, without any further ado, let us get in to the world of Polar Pine. Okay, I gotta switch.
me just.
Hey.
We can
Was
still
it?
hear you.
Well, yeah, you can
Okay,
be
great.
heard fine. And Chad can
Weird.
hear
Well,
you fine.
just-
What you can
Frozen.
do is you can do audio only, so it doesn't have to do video, and then just pause it so you don't hear it and just chat.
Oh, am I really like frozen?
Yeah. Like
Okay.
your hand is moving so fast, it's a blur.
Yep.
Lovely. Okay, well.
So
Just
this
turn
is
your video off and back on.
Yep.
yes. Up and skadoosh and drum roll, please. Brrr.
Uh-oh.
That was maybe the wrong
Uh-oh.
call.
Uh-oh.
Raggy.
You're actually gonna get to play tonight.
All right, technical
Reality
difficult-
break.
Reality break. I mean, it started off with sound problems, and now we're moving on to this. So, all right, we're gonna take a quick BRB. Hopefully, we'll help Christy get her technical issues fixed, and so enjoy this lovely clip reel, Crips and Bloods. We'll be back. We're leaving. Bye.
That's good. Because I was worried because your friends seem to get mad at you.
Friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is
Thing
bad.
usually.
Yes,
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
right.
You
So
do
would-
also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us friends?
I do. I do.
I would like to say that we are friends. Are we friends?
Well, we haven't killed you yet.
Well, then in my
All right.
Goes to kiss her and closes the door in his face.
You gotta tug at the door. Why did you do that?
Why do you go in tongue first? Learn your lesson.
Natural Jeff.
so. Yeah.
He is indeed a natural.
He is a natural Jeff.
We rolled a natural Jeff.
He is not a box Jeff. He's natural Jeff.
Yeah. So organic, not from a box.
Yeah. Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's natural Jeff.
There you go.
You're bringing the bodies?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we loaded up the bodies.
That's right. We were tying
onto-
up and doing the dragging thing.
Yeah.
So we didn't just leave them in the
Oh.
woods. Yeah.
You're dragging
Okay.
bodies down the road on your car?
We're not
We
dragging
made
them down
a-
the road. They're on
We
like
made a
little
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A sled. Like a sled.
We're not barbarian.
We're not just gonna leave them in the woods. Come on.
Is I'm not
Jeffrey,
a
that's
mutt.
the dogs. That's the dog.
Well,
Did you
thank
hear
you
it
for
in
telling
your
me,
mind?
ta-ta!
Did you hear that in my
He
mind?
can talk.
Oh, and you must be the Jeffrey.
There it is. The Jeffrey.
And he looks at you longingly. And hold on. Gotta check something. Gotta check something. Hold. Hold.
Was that good for longing?
Longing.
Yes, this is how the actual
Oh!
people you're training.
Now I need to
There's
rock
basically
bucket.
50 elven children going all over the place. So,
Oh!
but with axes because it's axe training day.
That's it. That's it.
So you gave me the necklace, and I love
I-
it.
Thank you.
Do you still have the other half?
Of course. And he kind
Good
of
to
like,
see it.
yep, he, kind of ruffles
Oh,
his
he's
shirt and
wearing
pulls
it?
it out. Yep.
Okay.
The thing where the smoke comes out.
There you go.
Really? Really? I'm kidding.
That's amazing. That's so good.
It was mostly their face with a.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yes. Go start.
Now this, goblin knot. It's not a plant I've ever heard of, but it could just be another misspelling. Because maybe that K is an S. He sort of turns the paper a little bit. Yeah, that must be what it is. Parvovis cabolus muca involta. Goblin snot. Bugbear boogies. Used in pungent poultices and unctuous ointments due to its veritable viscosity. It binds ingredients together, provided you don't care how noxious the result is. For reasons I'm sure you can imagine, I don't keep any around. You'll have to ask a goblin.
You realize, Jeff, that for now and forever, every time someone says your name on stream, we're gonna be like,
Jeffrey!
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Both. It's a mix of both.
Looking, found something you have.
You're also blowing out on the mic.
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
very true.
Be here all night.
Oh.
And by all night, I
Oh,
mean for
God.
another hour.
Looks like that.
I can't see that.
Right there.
Oh, okay. I would like you to.
There's a picture in the Discord. Yeah.
Fine. We don't have to do it then.
She's a very plain widow.
No. And like the metal of the armor is just gonna kind of like ripple up my arm and just show like the nub, and then it will come back.
Oh, yeah, what if Xing Xing did it?
Like very Terminator style.
Look at my nub.
Dun 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 dun.
That needs to be clipped.
Ask me about my nub.
Ask me about my nub.
Yes, exactly.
Take my strong hand.
There's like a vein popping out in your forehead, turning red.
This is my happy vein.
Happy vein. I got closer than last time. She looks at you and she goes, impressive.
So happy.
That's the exact same thing he said to you in the dream.
Go on.
That's it.
Fuck.
I am not Matt Mercer. Hi, I'm off-brand Matt Mercer. Great value, if you will.
Great value, Matt.
Mert Master.
Mert Masser. Oh shit! No, I'm just Devin. It's fine.
Bye.
Oh my God.
3 halflings in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh my God.
We are doing
Okay.
that at some.
Hey, we're back. And who else
we're
is back?
back.
Christy is back. That's the more important
Sorry,
thing.
guys.
Guess who's back again.
You know,
again.
the internet is
Christy's
something that we rely on, most people rely on every day for a multitude of purposes, yet she seems to still be a very fickle mistress.
It wasn't the internet that time. It was just Discord.
Discord, she's a fickle
just Christy.
mistress.
It's just me. Yeah, that's it. That
All
must be
right.
it.
So,
Anyway, sorry
let's-
about that.
we're just happy you're here.
Yes.
All right, so
Oh,
to
thanks.
catch everybody up, we have our lovely party of Callie, Florence, and Inara arrive at the rustic town of Polar Pine, where they seem to be in the midst of celebrating some holiday they refer to as Christmas, which was a holiday that seemed unfamiliar to most of the party until Callie, did some explanation on it. But they were enthralled by the charm of the town. Enthralled may be a strong term. The charm of the town. They mingled with some folks. They had a fun interaction with an old man who loved telling riddles, and a shop that had a gorgeous Christmas display, and they bought some equipment. We left the party off as they were leaving the Frosty Finds general store. We had just left. We left off with them leaving and on their way to the city square to see the giant Christmas tree and Christmas tree display. They'd come across a couple elves that had started brawling right there in the middle of the street. So just for new viewers, starting with Devin, do you just want to give a quick rundown of your character and her thoughts as she's watching this fight happen?
Hello, my name is Florence Jangleton. I am a half-elf ranger, and I think this is very weird.
There you go. Christy, do you want to give a rundown of your character and her thoughts as she's watching this
Hello, my name is Inara, and I am a fawn or satyr monk, and I am sizing up the two to see who I might want to bet on, who might win this brawl.
And Claire, do you want to give a rundown of your character and her thoughts as she's watching this interaction?
So Callie is a half-elf fighter, and she's very prideful in like her prowess and stuff. So her thoughts are, well, how come no one invited me to this?
I love it. All right, so as you're sitting there in the street and you see when people walk by, like they kind of look and then kind of roll their eyes, and you know this is kind of a common occurrence for pretty much anybody that's been walking by. But yeah, as you're looking on, these two elves, once again, there's not a lot of skill going on here. There's a lot of just like shoving and like, you know, the headlocks, you know, where it's like, no, you're the one that's screwing up, and then like, no, you're the one, and just a lot of like, you know, if you think of like the stereotypical like two nerds fighting from like you know, those kind of movies back in like the 80s and 90s, that's kind of the vibe you're getting at the moment.
And they're not half elves, they're full elves.
They're full elves, yep.
They should know better. I'm just gonna look at Inara. Did you say that out loud? The bets?
Yeah. I would have leaned over and said, which one do you think is going to win? I might put some gold on him.
I don't know about gold. I might put some silver on him. They don't look particularly...
You're probably right.
You know?
Yeah, it's not worth gold. If Callie were fighting, I would put gold down.
Oh, definitely. Definitely.
But
these
yeah,
two?
maybe.
Not quite.
Yeah. Should we stop them?
Maybe just a minute more. I want to see what unfolds. I want to see if you know if they actually get a punch in rather than just rolling around on the ground like it looks like they're doing.
Could give them some pointers maybe for next time.
Oh, you know what? That's not a bad idea.
All right. So you see them. All right. So they are definitely struggling, and at this point, you're kind of seeing running out of gas a little bit. Like the shoves aren't quite as vigorous as they were before. The headlocks don't seem quite as tight. You know, they've only been fighting for like a couple minutes, but since they're not experienced fighters, they're definitely, you know, getting a little winded. And finally, one of them says, you know, I've had enough of your grief, and I'm just sick of it. And you see him wind up, and the other one is just like, well, you know what? And it just clocked. And it's one of those like this dude, like this elf felt like he put the last of the energy he had, so he clocks him square in the jaw, and they both just go tumbling to the ground. And at this point, they're both just kind of laying there, just like breathing heavily. And the one that got punched looks at him and goes, I can't believe you actually punched me!
Alright, is this Rick and Morty fighting? Oh, jeez, Rick! Like, what?
Maybe. You don't know. You have to find out.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I think Inara's gonna walk up to the one that threw the punch and say, that was pretty good, but next time, don't put your thumb on the inside. That's a good way to get it broken. Like, you want to put your thumb on the outside and then lead with your knuckles, not with this part of the fist. Because this is the part that's going to hit harder. But that was not too bad otherwise. Well, at the end anyway.
So he's like trying to catch his breath a little bit, and he says, "Oh, thanks for the pointer, but you know, I don't think I don't want to have to ever punch him again, but I'm just so pissed off at him, and I'm so sick of his greed and his selfishness." And the one that got punched said, "You're sick of it? I'm sick of you not carrying your part. Come on now. Like, I'm the one that's doing all the work." And you see he scoops up a handful of snow and kind of puts it on his face where where he got punched.
All right. Let's start at the beginning.
No, he
What's
started
all
it!
About? I don't care who started it. I want someone to tell me how it started.
As they're doing this, Florence is just gonna walk up and go, "Are you fighting over a girl?"
No! Come on! No!
If
No!
they are, I feel sorry for that girl with how much stamina they have.
Oh, same.
True.
Says the three ladies.
Anyway, ouch.
Yeah.
All right, so at this point they kind of like start struggling to their feet, and you know the one that they still kind of doing like a little bit like half-hearted shoving, be like yeah. Ah. So the one that threw the punch is like, my name's Arlen, and this is my brother Fennin. So, and he points to behind them, there's a fairly large silo in between two houses that are like fairly like similarly structured. So I'm Arlen, this is my brother Fennin. So a long time ago, we built our houses next to each other, and then we built that silo in the middle to, grow our crops and, kind of we were trying to split the profit of sales evenly. I mean, I will say I was the one that did all the building. Fennin here is just the guy that goes and sells this stuff. But since it's my silo, I think it's my silo that I built mostly by myself, mind you. I should be the one that gets full profit. Or gets a bigger percentage of, the silo. Because I was the one that was building it. We wouldn't even have this enterprise if it wasn't for my craftsmanship. So then the other one that's holding, moves his hand away for, with the padded ice, and he's still got like flecks of snow all over his face. He says, "Now hold on, Arlen. That's not entirely fair. Yeah, I will admit that you are the one that built the silo, but I'm the one that has to go and actually sell it. I'm the one that has to go to the marketplace, and I have to travel to other towns, and I'm the one that's actually got to go out there and sell the profit. So I think because I'm doing all the legwork now, I should be the one that gets the higher, I should get the higher margin of profit because I'm the one that's doing the math. I'm the one that's talking to people. We wouldn't have a business if it wasn't for me." And
Whose
Arlen
property
says,
is
"No."
one?
Well, because and Arlen says, because we started this as an equal opportunity for both of us, we built a silo right on the property line. I made sure to measure it out so that way half of the silo is on his side, half the silo is on my side.
The crops. Who harvests the crops that go into the silo?
Well, that's something that we split duties on. Sometimes, and this is Arlen, so he says sometimes I do it and sometimes Fennin do it. It's kind of a, who has the most availability.
Okay, but you're the one who sells it.
Fennin takes his hand off and says, "Well, that's me. I'm actually the one that sells it. I'm the one that does the actual legwork. Not this bum that just sits there and, will fix a hole in the silo every once in a while, but other than that, he doesn't really do anything." And Arlen says, "Well, that's not fair. I'm the one that built. We wouldn't even have a business if it wasn't for me." And Fennin says, "We wouldn't have a business." And then they start doing the like half shoving thing again.
Okay. Well, you split it 50-50 right now.
You big dumb oaf.
You split it 50-50?
Yeah.
Okay, then shut up.
No, but it's not that easy.
So what are you fighting for?
So
Who wants the more money?
They both raise their hand.
No, is the split that is proposed 60-40, 25-75? Like, what kind of split are you proposing?
Fennin still holding at this point he's still holding, and like anytime he moves his hand to like talk, you can see like the bruise on his face getting a little bit darker. He says, "I said that I should be getting 60% of the profits because I'm the one that's doing all the legwork." And Arlen says, And I countered with saying that I should be the one getting 60% because I'm the one that actually built the silo. He hasn't lifted a finger on it. He didn't lift a finger on it back then, and I'm the one who does maintenance on it.
I see, and to me, I'm listening to this, and I am hearing that you both should be getting 50%.
You're both doing the same amount of work. It's just on different ends.
Different ends of it, and it's equal work because the building is physical and difficult, and maintaining a building like that is not easy. And doing the marketing and the selling and talking to people, gosh, that's really not easy. So that's, I think, is a 50%. Because I also suspect if the person doing the selling is not at home to help with the crops as much, that Arlen is probably doing more of the growing and the putting of the crops into the silo.
And at that point, Arlen says, "Oh, I didn't even think of that. That's why I should definitely be getting more because I'm doing more of the
that's
profit."
What I'm saying. You're doing 50%. One of you is currently growing and maintaining the silo. The other one is selling the stuff. That is equal work.
But you think just going and talking to people is hard? Anybody can talk to people. I can talk to people.
Why aren't you doing it?
Can
then?
you convince people to buy your product?
I absolutely could, but I'm too busy having to be the one that maintains the silo because this lazy bum can't lift a finger. The only time he's ever lifted a finger of maintenance in his life was to clean his nails. And Fenton says, "Oh, that's not true. I helped a little bit with the silo."
Okay, you're both elves. You've got time to fight. Right now is not the time. How about you, points at Finnan, I guess, do his labor for the week, and you, points at Arlen, do his labor for the week. And you see exactly how much work it is for both of you.
Give me a persuasion check.
Oh, frick.
That's exactly what I was gonna propose to.
It's not that, it's not that easy. These two seem pretty heated about this.
Can I help? Can I?
What would you say to support
what she
her?
Said. This way you can know what the other jobs are like, and you're also doing equal amounts of work, just the other work.
Does that give me advantage?
Yes, I'll allow it.
Okay. Wow, doesn't matter either way. 14.
14. So they kind of look at each other. And Fennan kind of takes the snow out of his hand and says, "You know, I've never really even thought about that. I mean, I know our mom and dad showed us how to build stuff, but that was such a long time ago. Do you think I could still do it?" And Arlen kind of looks at him for a second, picks up a handful of snow, puts it in Fennan's hand, and says, "You know, maybe we could give it a try. I mean, I always say it's easy to talk to people, but maybe it's not so easy to talk to people, especially trying to get them to sell something." And Fennan says, "Yeah, and I probably should get back in the habit of, you know, doing maintenance and stuff, because they do have a point that you do spend most of the time harvesting the crops and stuff."
Also, if one of you dies, then that's going to be a lot of workload to have to know how to do.
That's really dark, Callie.
Yeah, so yeah, they do kind of look at you and go, "That's a good point, I guess. Didn't really think of that, but guess that's another thing to consider." So like, all right,
Also, start lifting weights and doing some like cardio or something, because you guys
maybe
are
some
looking
training.
pathetic. Yes.
I mean,
Maybe eat healthier meals too.
No, maybe. I don't know. Well, thank you, I guess. You know, when you live next to your family, for so long, like you forget sometimes that they're family. No, you just think about it as the fighting. So, so thanks. So,
No.
That's very nice of you. So, and Arlen says, "You know what? That's very, very kind of you. So, thank you for helping." So you see him kind of walk back into his house, and it's like a 2-second walk, and he walks back out after a few minutes and says, "You know what? I feel bad for you getting involved anyway, but so here, and he hands Callie 5 rations.
Oh, that's nice.
You know, just in case, like, I'm not, you know, I'm big into, like, making sure people are taken care of and things are taken care of, and I see that my love language is feeding people, so there you go.
That's very sweet. Thank you.
And Fennin goes, you know what? I kind of feel bad about all this too. So he walks back into his house, takes for a couple minutes, comes back out, and he says, well, you know, my love language is making sure people are taken care of financially. So here you go. And he hands Inara a bag, a small pouch, satchel, if you will.
Thanks.
Shake it. It sounds like it's got some coinage in it.
I'm gonna open it up and look at it. Look inside.
Eyeballing it, you see about 10 gold and 200 silver piece.
Well, thank you very much. And good luck to you both.
Oh, thank you. It's very nice of you. And Arlen says, you know, I'm really sorry for hitting you, Fennin. Fennin said, like, that's okay. It reminds me of back when we were kids, you know, 400 years ago. Man, you had a mean right hook back then. And then they start laughing and telling stories as they walk off into Fennin's house, presumably to get his face looked at a bit more.
They're old. Maybe that's why they didn't fight too well.
They're not old.
I was gonna say, for an elf, that is not that old. This town is weird.
I'm 97.
You're very young.
Very young. Not bad.
No.
Although I am glad I don't have any family, if that's how it is.
I know, right? I feel like every time we go somewhere, I'm really glad that I don't have a family. This is what makes life so much easier.
It really does.
All right, so you do make your way. Excuse me. Everyone, give me a perception check while you're walking to the city square.
You know what I'm gonna ask?
No.
What good is having a good passive if you don't get to use it?
Nat 20.
Hey, can I get a nat 20 in the
mine
chat?
is 17 because I have a +8 to perception.
I could see.
22.
Wow.
Mine's also 22.
I also have a +8.
Out of my 17.
Jeez Louise. All right. So, as you're walking along, you notice that as you get closer to the city square, everybody rolled plenty high enough. As you get closer to the city square, it seems like the closer you get to the city square, the more outrageous the decorations on the houses become. Like, when you first got into town, it was a lot of, like, simple reeds and, some colored string that maybe had some bows on it. Nothing too extravagant. But as you get closer to the city square, you start seeing more extravagant wreaths on doors. The simple bows, the simple string with bows on them have been replaced with, little, like, lanterns that seem to glow with a special magical flame. And you see, people just seem to be, people were happy and, very nice and pleasant when you first got into town, but it seems it kind of has gotten, I don't want to say ramped up to like 11, but people seem to be even more festive the closer you get to the city square.
So,
gingerbread
we
houses.
walked into Whoville. Got it.
There you go. If you've not gathered on the vibes yet, yeah. All right. So you also noticed as you're making your way to the city square, it is right around lunchtime at this point, by the way. You notice people's, like, the crowd starting to get a little bit bigger, people kind of meandering their way too. So you step into the village square and you see this breathtaking sight unfold before you. Flavor text. The centerpiece of Polar Pine, a colossal Christmas tree adorned with shimmering lights and vibrant decorations. The tree stands proudly in the middle of the square, its branches expertly arranged to create a symphony of holiday cheer. Countless ornaments, ranging from traditional bulbs to whimsical figurines, dangle from the evergreen burrows. Multicolored lights, arranged in meticulous patterns, cast a festive glow around the snowy surroundings. The air is filled with an enchanting scent of pine, creating an immersive experience that captures the magic of the season. Around the base of the tree, joyful villagers and visitors alike mingle, sharing laughter and exchanging small gifts. The festive atmosphere is infectious, and the gleeful sounds of carolers harmonizing with the occasional jingle of sleigh bells create a sense of warmth and community. The Christmas tree in Polar Pines Village Square stands not just as a decoration, but as a beacon of the holiday spirit, inviting all to partake in the joyous celebration.
Ooh, nice rhyme.
Heyo, shout out to Dragon's Nest Delivery for the awesome rhyme. I will, so you walk in and you see, as in the description, you see people laughing, people singing. You do see, small, carts, vendor carts where, basically somebody walks up behind them, is walking and has, a cart and is set up, and you see people handing out, hot chocolate or coffee, little treats for kiddos running around. And you just see people just enjoying the holiday spirit, enjoying the festivities, and just mingling.
Are there shops or is it just stalls?
It's here it's just stalls, and not even really stalls. It's like I said, the people that just have a pull wagon essentially. So nothing even as permanent as a stall. Because you gathered from walking through the town that the Frosty Finds and the blacksmith were really the only major shops in town necessarily.
Okay.
I'm thinking New York City hot dog stand.
Yeah, that's what's
a lot of that.
Reminiscent of.
A lot of that,
yeah. Tell you what, guys, we've been walking in the cold for a little bit, and I'm ready for another hot drink. We should find someone selling cider or something. I'm sure there's got to be someone here.
Yeah, I could use a snack as well.
Yeah, everyone give me a quick investigation check.
Oh, a natural 19.
Hey-o.
Hey, I also got a natural 19 for a total of a dirty 20.
Hey-o.
I have 24.
9.
So Callie is so enthralled by the tree that, Inara and Florence kind of have to drag you along. But, you do find there's a couple, like I said, there's a couple vendors spaced out throughout, the outer ring, because the inner ring of is just people gathering and chit-chatting and looking at the tree, admiring the ornaments. But you do, there's absolutely, a hot chocolate, coffee, hot cider cart, essentially. And then, kind of next to that, there's they basically sell sandwiches, and stuff like that. Nothing too extravagant by any stretch, but just a little. And what's interesting about the sandwich vendor is that they have a little heating pad, and you'll see as you kind of walk by it, it's this cast iron plate that sits on a pedestal, and then you'll see the vendor behind it as they're serving someone say, "Oh, you want your sandwich warmed up? Coming right up." And they snap their finger and shoot a small little fireball underneath the cast iron plate, and it starts heating up the plate with the sandwich on it. And he starts flipping it.
That's really clever.
Fireball, man.
All right. So where do you want to go first? As a group.
Coffee.
I was going to say cider.
Well,
Coffee.
Hot drink of some kind.
There you go.
Hot drink of choice.
Hot drink of choice.
I will pay for this with the money that we just got from those two arguing brothers.
Oh, look at you. Really, at this point, you're fulfilling both brothers' wants in life. One is making sure we're monetarily taken care of, and the other one wants to feed us.
2 birds with 1 stone, I guess.
1 stone.
All right.
All right, so as you walk up to the drink cart, you do see a female elf. She is standing behind the counter. There's a couple people that just wandered off. She said, "Thank you for your business. You have a lovely day." And you see her cheeks are very rosy. She's wearing a festive red and white hat. She has stocking. She's wearing a green and white and red dress with stockings that are striped like green and red. And these interesting looking shoes that kind of curl up, that curl at the front and have a little bell that dingles. So she jingles every time she takes a step. And she walks up and she says, "Oh, hello, dearies! I've not recognized you before. You must be visitors. Welcome to Polar Pines. It's a pleasure to have you."
Thank you very much. We are, yes, visitors. I've never heard of this Christmas before, but it's very pretty. And I will say your tree reminds me a little bit of the Feywild with the lights and the branches and the little figurines, kind of like fairies.
She kind of holds her hand to the chest and be like, "My goodness, sweetie, you've been to the Feywild? Oh my goodness!"
Where I am from.
And then she kind of like looks down at your legs for the first time because she's standing behind the cart, and she's like, "Oh my goodness, aren't you just a peach?"
I guess I am fuzzy, so that makes sense.
Well, you know what? Welcome, and I'm glad that you've made this long trek all the way up to visit us here at Polar Pines. So what kind of drink can I get you? I do have hot chocolate for 1 silver piece. You pay an extra copper. I can put in a peppermint straw for you. I do have tea for 1 silver piece, and that is infused with honey and cinnamon. And then we also have a coffee that is black roasted for 1 silver piece as well.
I think my friend would like a coffee.
Please.
I will have a hot chocolate. Callie, what do you want?
I'll do hot chocolate as well with the peppermint straw.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes,
wonderful.
same.
And you
I
see
don't want peppermint in my coffee.
Oh, I don't blame you. Black roast coffee with a peppermint straw, that would definitely be an odd sensation on the mouth, I'd have to agree. And you see...
Would you put some cinnamon in it, though?
For 1 extra copper piece, I could absolutely do that for you.
I'll give you 3. I don't even care.
My goodness, aren't you just a peach as well?
I just
And Nara's gonna wave her hand at Florence and hand over 4 silver pieces.
Oh, well, thank you kindly. And you see her, she's got like this big old apron on that has like a Christmas tree design on the front. She opens up a pocket, drops the 4 silver piece in, starts digging around for change.
Don't worry about the change.
Well, aren't you, for never hearing a Christmas? You certainly know about the Christmas spirit. Thank you very much.
I mean,
what's a Christmas spirit?
It's...
What does it do? Does it come out at night? What is it?
I think there's 3 Christmas spirits.
There's 3?
That's...
What do they do?
Kind of
and she's like in this vendor's face.
I think
all right, Dominic,
about,
chill out.
The
what do they do?
Future and the past and some other thing.
Well,
actually,
well, there's old stories about that. Let me get your drinks for you first. And you see her put her hand on these like large like copper pots. And she puts her hand on them, and she's like, well, that is just not warm enough. And then, like, similar to the sandwich vendor, she just does a quick snap, and then, and underneath the coffee.
People with magic here.
Well, we wouldn't be living in the Christmas spirit without having us a little magic. But anyway, and she takes.
I can talk to animals. It's about the only magic I have.
Dearie,
don't have any.
about the only magic you have? My goodness, that must be a wonderful trait to have. Hearing all those animals and hearing all the stories they tell. My goodness, it's just gotta be, you know, warmer than apple fritters. That's gotta be just warming your heart so much talking to them animals.
I can tell you don't talk to animals very much. It's okay. It's just not that exciting. It's useful, not that exciting.
Oh, okay. Well,
I would much rather hear about Christmas spirits.
Well, it's not Christmas spirits. It's the Christmas spirit. Think of it as, not an actual apparition, mind you. Goodness gracious, that'd be too much. Think of it as more the warm feeling of helping out a friend in need. Think of it as, you know, the joy you feel when giving somebody a gift. Think of it as, you know, just feeling good about life and just enjoying everything that is going on around you. That,
What
my
about
friend,
the kind of Christmas spirits you drink? Where do I get those?
and she like puts her hand like on your arm. Is like, oh, you are just the funniest. I love a good sense of humor. You're gonna be wanting to go to the Ice Heath Lodge if you're gonna be needing some of those kind of Christmas spirits.
Been there.
Well, yes, it does not surprise me that you have been there. Heward is such a lovely gentleman. I hope you got a chance to talk to him. Him and his wife and his 2 kids, oh, they just are the lifeblood of this community, it feels like sometimes. And
Curious.
I have not heard this one has an inquiry if you have a moment yet.
Yeah.
I'm waiting on it. So anyway, so then finally she puts her hand on each one of the copper pots. It's like, oh, there we go. And she grabs a couple mugs that are, in the cart next to the pot and does there's on her side of the cart, there's the nozzle. So she just kind of pulls the nozzle down. And she said, now, you'll have to apologize for me. Who had the coffee? Oh, thank you. And then she takes another little shaker and does a little 1, 2, 3. Is that enough cinnamon, or are you heavy on the cinnamon flavor?
No, that's fine. But do you have something to stir it in?
Oh, absolutely. Apologies. And she puts it down and takes out a little wooden dowel and sticks it in, stirs it around, and hands it to you.
Perfect. Thank you.
And then she gets another mug and pours out 2 cups of hot chocolate. From the same spot where she got the cinnamon and the dowel, she grabs a peppermint straw, plops it in one, hands it to the both of you.
Thank you.
Yes. And she said, "Will there be anything else? Will there be anything else I could help you with right now?"
I don't think so. I think we're going to go investigate some snacks.
Wonderful. Well, I do suggest the sandwich cart right there. Vendor's an old friend of mine. He's very good and can make pretty much any delectable treat you could think of when it comes to a solid lunch. So, thank you all. Once again, welcome to Polar Pines, and Merry Christmas to you all.
As she is doing her parting thing, Florence is just slowly backing away and nodding and heading in the direction of the snack cart.
And Inara goes to do her typical bow, but she's got a mug in the hand, so she kind of and the Merry Christmas to you.
All right. So there you go. All right. So apologies. I do know that there was an ad that ran in the middle of that. But what we'll do is we'll go ahead and take our break now before we go talk to the sandwich vendor. So you go grab a drink after watching our players grab a drink. You go grab a drink. You go grab a snack. Go potty. And enjoy the lovely clip reel that we got going on. And we'll be back in about 5 to 10 minutes. See you in a bit.
That's good. Well, because I was worried because your friends seem to get mad at you.
Well, friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is
Thing
right.
usually.
Yes.
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
Right.
You
So
do
would-
also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us friends?
I do.
I would like to say that we are friends. Are we friends?
Well, we haven't killed you yet.
Well, then in my
All right.
Goes to kiss her and closes the door in his face.
You gotta tug at the door. Why would you do that?
Why do you go in tongue first? Learn your lesson.
Natural Jeff.
So,
He is indeed a natural.
Natural
He
Jeff.
is a natural Jeff.
We rolled a natural Jeff.
he is not a box Jeff. He's natural Jeff.
Yeah. So organic, not from a box.
Yeah.
Grass fed.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's natural Jeff.
There you go.
You're bringing the bodies?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we loaded up the bodies.
That's right. We were
onto-
tying up and doing the dragging thing.
Yeah.
So we didn't just leave them in the
Oh.
woods. Yeah.
You're dragging
Okay.
bodies down the road on your car?
We're not
We
dragging them
made
down
a-
the road. They're on like
we made a
little
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, a sled. Like a sled.
We're not barbarian.
We're not just gonna leave them in the woods. Come on.
I'm not
Jeffrey, that's
mutt.
the dogs. that's the dog.
Well,
Did you
thank
hear
you
it
for
in
telling
your
me,
mind?
Natasha.
Did you hear that in my
He
mind?
can talk.
Oh, and you must be the Jeffrey.
There it is. The Jeffrey.
And he looks at you longingly. And hold on. I gotta check something. Gotta check something. Hold. Hold.
Was that good for longing?
Longing.
Yes, this is how the actual people you're training.
Now I need to
There's
run.
basically 50 elven children going all over the place. So,
Oh!
but with axes because it's axe training day.
That's it. That's it.
So you gave me the necklace, and I love
I-
it.
Thank you.
Do you still have the other half?
Of course. And he kind
Good
of
to
like,
see it.
yep, he, kind of ruffles
Oh,
his
he's
shirt and
wearing
pulls
it?
it out. Yep.
Okay.
The thing where the smoke comes out.
Chimney! There you go.
Really? Really? I'm kidding.
That's amazing. That's so good.
It was mostly the face with a.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yes. Go start.
Now this, goblin knot. It's not a plant I've ever heard of, but it could just be another misspelling. Because maybe that K is an S. He sort of turns the paper a little bit. Yeah, that must be what it is. Parvovis cabolus muca involta. Goblin snot. Bugbear boogies. Used in pungent poultices and unctuous ointments due to its veritable viscosity. It binds ingredients together, provided you don't care how noxious the result is. For reasons I'm sure you can imagine, I don't keep any around. You'll have to ask a goblin.
You realize, Jeff, that for now and forever, every time someone says your name on stream, we're gonna be like,
Jeffrey!
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Both. It's a mix of both.
Looking, found something you have.
You're also blowing out on the mic.
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
very true.
Be here all night.
Oh.
And by all night, I mean for
God.
another hour.
Looks like that.
I can't see that.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
I would like you to.
There's a picture in the Discord.
Yeah.
Fine. We don't have to do it then.
She's a very plain widow.
no. And like the metal of the armor is just gonna kind of like ripple up my arm and just show like the nub, and then it will come back.
Yeah, what if Xing Xing did it?
Like very Terminator style.
Look at my nub.
Dun 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 dun.
That needs to be clipped.
Ask me about my nub.
Ask me about my nub.
Yes, exactly.
Take my strong hand.
There's like a vein popping out in your forehead, turning red.
This is my happy vein.
Happy vein. I got closer than last time. She looks at you and she goes, impressive.
So happy.
That's the exact same thing he said to you in the dream.
Go on.
That's it.
Fuck.
Is that in character?
I am not Matt Mercer. Hi, I'm off-brand Matt Mercer. Great value, if you will.
Great value, Matt.
Mert Master.
Mert Masser. Oh shit! No, I'm just Devin. It's fine.
Bye.
Oh my God. 3 halflings in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh my god.
We are doing
Okay.
that at some point because there are 3 of us.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
There you
Needs
go.
to be done. And I have a
Alright.
trench coat.
All right, but I'm
We like clips.
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 Clips are very important.
You should definitely make clips of today. If you don't, I will find you, and I will TPKO you.
That's good. Well, because I was worried because your friends seem to get mad at you.
Friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is
Thing
fine.
usually.
Yes,
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
right.
You
So
do
would-
also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us friends?
I do. I do.
I would like to say that we are friends. Are we friends?
Well, we haven't killed you yet.
Well, then in my
All right.
Goes to kiss her and closes the door in his face.
You gotta tug at the door. Why would you do that?
Why do you go in tongue first? Learn your lesson.
Natural Jeff.
so.
He is indeed a natural.
natural
He
Jeff.
is a natural Jeff.
We rolled a natural Jeff.
He is not a box Jeff. He's natural Jeff.
Yeah. So organic, not from a box.
Yeah.
Grass fed.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's natural Jeff.
There you go.
You're bringing the bodies?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we loaded up the bodies.
That's right. We were
onto-
tying up and doing the dragging thing.
Yeah.
So we didn't just leave them in the
Oh.
woods. Yeah.
You're dragging
Okay.
bodies down the road on your car?
We're not
We
dragging them
made
down the road. They're on like
we made a
little
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. A sled. Like a sled.
We're not barbarian.
We're not just gonna leave them in the woods. Come on.
Is I'm not
Jeffrey,
a
that's
mutt.
the dogs. That's the dog.
Well,
Did you
thank
hear
you
it
for
in
telling
your
me,
mind?
ta-ta!
Did you hear that in my
He
mind?
can talk.
Oh, and you must be the Jeffrey.
There it is. The Jeffrey.
And he looks at you longingly. And hold on. I gotta check something. Gotta check something. Hold.
Was that good for longing?
Longing.
Yes, this is how the actual
Ah!
people you're training.
Now I need to
There's
run.
basically 50 elven children going all over the place. So,
Oh!
but with axes
Get,
because it's axe training day.
that's it. That's it.
So you gave me the necklace, and I love
I-
it.
Thank you.
Do you still have the other half?
Of course. And he kind
Good
of
to
like,
see it.
yep, he, kind of ruffles
Oh,
his
he's
shirt and
wearing
pulls
it?
it out. Yep.
Okay.
The thing where the smoke comes out.
Chimney! There you go.
Really? Really? I'm kidding.
this with a.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yes, go start.
Now this, goblin knot. It's not a plant I've ever heard of, but it could just be another misspelling. Because maybe that K is an S. He sort of turns the paper a little bit. Yeah, that must be what it is. Parvovis cabolus muca involta. Goblin snot. Bugbear boogies. Used in pungent poultices and unctuous ointments due to its veritable viscosity. It binds ingredients together, provided you don't care how noxious the result is. For reasons I'm sure you can imagine, I don't keep any around. You'll have to ask a goblin.
You realize, Jeff, that for now and forever, every time someone says your name on stream, we're gonna be like,
Jeffrey!
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Both. It's a mix of both.
Looking,
found something you have.
You're also blowing out on the mic.
Yeah,
little
that's
bit.
very true.
Be here all night.
Oh.
And by all night, I mean
God.
for another hour.
Looks like that.
I can't see that.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
I would like you to.
There's a picture in the Discord. Yeah.
Fine. We don't have to do it then.
She's a very plain widow.
No. And like the metal of the armor is just gonna kind of like ripple up my arm and just show like the nub, and then it will come back.
Yeah, what if Xing Xing did it?
Like very Terminator style.
Look at my nub.
Dun 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 dun.
That needs to be clipped.
Ask me about my nub.
Ask
Ask
me about my nub.
Yes, exactly.
Take my strong hand.
There's like a vein popping out in your forehead, turning red.
This is my happy vein.
Happy vein. I got closer than last time. She looks at you and she goes, impressive.
So happy.
That's the exact same thing he said to you in the dream.
Go on.
That's it.
Fuck.
Is that in character?
I am not Matt Mercer. Hi, I'm off-brand Matt Mercer. Great value, if you will.
Great value, Matt.
Mert Master.
Mert Masser. Oh shit! No, I'm just Devin. It's fine.
Bye.
Oh my God.
3 halflings in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh my God.
We are doing
Okay.
that at some point because there are 3 of us.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
There you
Needs
go.
to be done. And I have a
Alright.
trench coat.
All right, but I'm
We like clips.
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 Clips are very important.
You should definitely make clips of today. If you don't, I will find you, and I will TPKO you.
That's good. Well, because I was worried because your friends seem to get mad at you.
Friend is a loose.
Okay.
Hey,
What?
by the way, shout out. Glad to see everyone. Welcome back. Huge shout out to the Arnold sighting while we were on our break.
Arnold is
trundle.
my dog.
Yes. What would
By the
you
way.
think? What would you think?
Schwarzenegger.
Get to the chopper.
Into the chopper.
My name is Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I love Reality Break 20. I approve of this message.
Don't you? I can't do it. I can't. The one accent I can't do, German. Where did I?
German,
My dad,
Austrian,
What-
my dad does
What is
a
my
perfect
second
Hank
language?
Hill.
German.
So you can speak German, you just can't do a German accent. Got
I
it.
really can't. I'm awful at it.
That's alright. What was that, Claire?
My dad can do a perfect Hank Hill impression.
That's
That'll come in handy.
that could come in handy for sure. Alright. So, welcome back everyone. So, we are back. The party has just gotten a trio of delightful drinks from this lovely drink vendor, and now walks over to a cart that appears to be making sandwiches and small snacks like that for the people. So you walk over, and it's a elven gentleman as well, dressed very similarly to the drink vendor. So he's got green and white. He's got a green and red tunic on with green and red striped tights with shoes that curl up that have little bells on them, and he's wearing a festive red and white hat. And he says... Go ahead.
I was gonna say, as Florence like backs away from the one, she gets excited and like runs up to the other one, and then as soon as she sees him, goes.
He says, "Well, hello there, dearie. Welcome to my humble little snack cart. And I've not seen you around before. Welcome to Polar Pine."
Thank you. That's the consensus.
Well, we're up here in the northern part of the world. We don't get a lot of outside visitors coming in. But you came at the perfect time of year, I will say.
It's not like this all year?
Oh, no. I mean, we have our festivities, don't get me wrong, but nothing brings the magic of Polar Pine to a new level quite like Christmas time.
Do y'all dress like this all year round?
Oh, no. I only bust this out for the special occasions, which the special occasion is that Christmas is just right around the corner, so gotta bust out the special outfit for that one. And he kind of like brushes off his tunic. Do I what there, Missy?
Do you wear this every day?
Oh, no, not this. This is just for, I busted out for the special occasions, like right now.
Right. But is today a special occasion, or would you like wear it tomorrow as well? Since it's the Christmas holiday?
Oh, well, I have a different one, because see, this one is the red and the green. I have a red and white one, too, that I would rotate in. I do also have a green and white one. I don't really like the green and white one as much as the green and red one, but I tell you, it still does, like, especially when I match it with the hat, and then I get the tights that match with it, and then I gotta remember to rotate the shoes out, too. Can I tell you how hard it is to wash tights? I tell you, like, because if you wash them the wrong way, you just get a big old rip in it, and then I gotta go to the seamstress.
I would like a sandwich, please.
Do you say it with that pained look on your face?
Yes.
He says, "Oh, all right. Apologies there. I can ramble on from time to time." So, so he kind of he says, "Well, I can make you a lovely ham and cheese sandwich with a slight layer of mustard on it. We also do have a pastrami and cheese with a layer of mustard on that as well. And then finally, we could wrap it up with a turkey and cheese with a slight layer of mustard on it."
I don't know why that got me so hard.
Whoa!
Shout out to mustard. I can't. Oh, that got me. That got me good. Okay.
The mustard gets you every time.
I am red-faced. Florence is gonna go. You had me at ham and cheese.
Wonderful.
Can I ask for extra mustard?
In the spirit of Christmas, you got it.
Mm.
So then he takes out and he says, "Would you like it? Would you like it cold, warmed, or toasted?"
Oh, toasted.
You got it. So he holds his hand over the cast iron pot, goes, snaps, and then he takes out a piece of bread, does a double layer of mustard, one on each side of the bread, takes a piece of ham, takes a piece of what appears to be Swiss cheese. While he stops, it says, "Is this an acceptable cheese? I do have a yellow-aged cheddar as well, if you'd prefer."
Oh no, I'm much more of a Swiss girl myself.
Wonderful. Wonder why they call it Swiss anyway. Puts it down.
You know, I don't know. I've never thought about it.
Makes you think, doesn't it?
It's very good point.
And he turns to you and says, "And to you, ma'am."
Oh, I'll take the turkey, but no mustard, please.
Same.
Turkey, no mustard? Okay, would you prefer the white Swiss or the aged yellow cheddar?
The aged yellow cheddar, I think. I like my cheese sharp.
Or I can tell that about you. You seem like a sharp-witted personality. And he turns to Callie and says, "And to you, madam?"
I'll do both cheeses, no mustard.
Bold and
turkey.
daring. I love it. I love it. I love it. So then he takes the bread out, puts it on. And would you two fine folks, would you want yours cold, warmed, or toasted?
Definitely toasted.
Please.
Okay. So it puts that on. So since he put Florence's sandwich on first, he flips it over a couple times. You see it's gotten to this like crispy golden brown that is just looks magnificent. And he takes a small platter, kind of slides it on there, hands that plate to you. And you see that when he hands it to you, that it is adorned with Christmas trees and like yellow stars that appear to be hand drawn on and hand colored.
On the bread?
On the plate.
Oh. I was like, okay.
Little mustard trees.
Little mustard tree.
Yeah, little mustard trees.
Oh my god, I wish I could do my Bob Ross right now and be like a little mustard tree next to a little mustard bird. Happy little birds.
I'm gonna look at it and I'm gonna go, did you paint this?
A clever eye. I absolutely did. Just a small hobby I do on the side. Painting decorative plates and cups. This time of year, it's something that brings joy to anybody that sees them and brings joy to myself to make people happy.
Do you want this back?
Oh, no. It's a simple wooden platter. I can get them very easily. So consider it a souvenir for your tidings, your first trip, and well tidings to Polar Pine.
Here.
Yeah, and you take it. I mean, it's a pretty sturdy plate. I mean, it's not like heavy or anything like that, but it's a solid plate. It's solid. All right, and then at this point, he's flipped the sandwiches, and once again, for Inara and Callie, both of your breads have turned to this crisp golden brown, and he hands both of the sandwiches to you, and he says, "All right, well, that will be 3 silver pieces per sandwich, please."
I'll hand him 10 silver pieces.
Oh, well, you gave me one too many, ma'am. And he starts to hand one back to you.
No, that was on purpose. I appreciate your very quick preparation, and I also really love these platters. And I feel like an artist should be compensated for their work, both food artists and painting artists.
See, I knew I had a good feeling about you. Very sharp-witted, like I said. So that is very much appreciated, very kindly. Thank you very much. And he says, "For never being in the Christmas spirit, you certainly know what the Christmas spirit is all about."
No, we're just not assholes when it comes to paying people fairly.
Did I pay? Did I pay?
Inara covered you.
Oh!
I told you I was buying drinks and snacks from the money that we got from the 2 arguing brothers.
I'm sorry, I just got so excited about the mustard.
It's
in the plate.
I don't even like mustard.
And
so excited.
And at that comment, the sandwich maker goes, "Oh, I heard is that you had an run-in with Arlen and Fennon? Oh, those boys seem to be fighting on the daily. It's talking about money this and money that. And it's just like sometimes they lose the Christmas spirit with how much they fight about money and who deserves what and things like that." Sorry if they caused too much of
an inquiry. This one has an inquiry about this Christmas spirit. The lady over there said that it wasn't...
Oh, my lovely wife.
Oh.
Naturally.
she's just a peach, the love of my life. And you see they make eye contact. He blows her a kiss, and she grabs it and goes, "Ooh."
That's kind of funny.
She said that there wasn't an actual spirit, like it's not a being.
Mm-hmm.
But could it be? Like, where did all of this come from, if not from a being of some sort? Like, how did this start? Where did this Christmas thing come from, if not from the Christmas spirit? So, tell me, is it real?
Right now.
Was she yanking my chain?
Kind of looks at you and...
I don't have it's an expression. I have a friend that does the exact same thing, and he's not here right now, but if he was...
So the sandwich vendor goes, well, I mean, I guess, well, she is absolutely correct that when we refer to having the Christmas spirit or being in the Christmas spirit, it's more of an abstract idea about being joyous and happy and wanting to celebrate life, love, and all things that are good, especially this time of year. You should want that for the world in general, but, especially this time of year, it comes to more focus. But I will say you do raise a fantastic question about...
DM, I have a question.
Yes?
Do I know what Halloween is?
Do you want to roll a history check?
Does Halloween exist?
Ooh, actually...
Oh. Hallows Eve? All Hallows Eve?
Give me... No, we'll go with a history check. I was going to be too clever for my own good. Go ahead and stick with a history check.
Okay. Oh, poop. Okay, hang on. My dice shifted. 11.
I won't say you maybe heard specifically of Halloween or All Hallows Eve, but when Callie mentioned earlier this morning, when she had mentioned that she had heard of the winter solstice, and you had said, oh, yeah, I know about the winter solstice, that does make you think that there may be holidays that are out there that are celebrated around the world that there may be instances of, like, you know it as the winter solstice, here it's Christmas. Like, there may be other holidays kind of like that. Does that help answer your question?
Yes, but it ruins what I was gonna say.
Sorry.
Fine.
Roll better next time. Get wrecked. I almost said a different word. I almost said a different word.
Oh my god, you guys.
You should have. It's me.
Yeah. Hi. All right. So anyway, so he says, but I would say that if you had to summarize the physical embodiment of the Christmas spirit, it would be Santa. Santa is... How do I describe Santa? Santa is a magical being that flies around the world giving gifts to, the good people of the world, the ones that are kind and courageous and strong and noble. He flies around the world in one night, mind you, which makes him probably the most powerful magic user in the entire world. But he flies around the world and leaves gifts for all the good boys and girls and all the good men and women and all the good folks around the world. And he does it as a celebration of doing good and being good to your fellow, persons. Fellow people, I should say. So I guess that would be the physical embodiment of the Christmas spirit if I were to identify one. But that is an interesting question. Not very many people have asked a question before. It took me a minute to kind of think on it. That is a wonderful inquiry you had.
Christy, are you with us?
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. Not again.
Not again. ¿Por qué? ¿Por qué, Maria?
¿Por qué, Maria?
All right. So it wouldn't be a reality break stream without some technical difficulties from time to time. So we will hop on another quick break, and hopefully we can get Christy back up and running here in a little bit. So, see ya.
That's good. Because I was worried because your friends seem to get mad at you.
Friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is
Thing
fine.
usually.
Yes.
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
Right.
You
So
do
would-
also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us friends?
I do.
I would like to say that we are friends. Are we friends?
Well, we haven't killed you yet.
Well, then in my
All right.
Goes to kiss her and closes the door in his face.
You gotta tug in the door. Why would you do that?
Why do you go in tongue first? Learn your lesson.
Natural Jeff.
So,
He is indeed a natural.
He
is a natural Jeff.
We rolled a natural Jeff.
he is not a box Jeff. He's natural Jeff.
Yeah. So organic, not from a box.
Yeah.
Grass fed.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's natural Jeff.
There you go. And we're back. Christy is back.
Sorry, I'm back. My computer decided to shut off. It's a really good night for technology.
Yeah. Well, between the problems I had, the problems you're having, we really need Devin and Claire to carry us through this technologically.
I know, right?
You have no idea how badly I want to do what I normally do on our regular calls, where I just hang up and then immediately come back on.
No, you can't do that. You're not allowed to.
I'm gonna
That
do it
will-
anyway.
That
I
will
just did that, kind of.
Yeah,
That's valid.
yeah. Christy literally did just do that.
Very valid.
Okay.
On purpose.
All right, and we're back. All right, so
Joke was so bad it killed Christy's internet.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's
It wasn't
pretty
the
much
internet. It was literally my computer.
it. Yeah, gotta love it.
Computer
Gotta love
said
it.
nah.
Yeah. All right, so so we wrap up that little conversation with the sandwich vendors, basically pointing out like, hey, that was a wonderful inquiry. I can't remember the last time we had a conversation about what the physical embodiment of Christmas spirit is. So thank you for the inquiry. It's a really interesting choice of words too.
One more inquiry. If he goes to everyone who is good in the world, am I bad? 'Cause I've never known him.
Maybe he only goes to the good ones that know about him. Because I've never had him either, but I also don't know if he goes to the Feywild.
But how are you supposed to spread the Christmas cheer if you only go to the ones that you know? It seems kind of cliquish. Do I know what a clique is?
Point.
It seems kind of
Culty?
cult.
Isolationist, maybe?
Yeah, isolationist. I don't really like that. Maybe this guy isn't inherently good. If he's only going to the people that he knows or that know
But
him.
certainly the people around here seem to be good and they think he's okay, so I don't know. Maybe it's just a story.
Is he real?
Well, you have thrown a lot at this guy in the last 30 seconds.
He's having an existential crisis now.
No, he's just
Welcome to the club.
so he's all right. So you see him literally he's wearing the smile on the face, but you can kind of see the gears turning in his head about how do I talk about this? How do I talk about this? How do I talk about this? He says, those are wonderful inquiries. You said, right? Those are inquiries. Those are wonderful inquiries. I tell you what. We have a, why don't you go mingle with the crowd? Listen to them talk. Listen to what they think about. Ask them inquiries, because I want you to hear the answer to your question from multiple different folks. Because I think if you hear multiple people's perspective on this topic, you'll get a better grasp, better understanding, and hopefully land in a spot where you can, believe what you want to believe about it. Because the last thing we want to do is impress our views on anybody that doesn't want to believe. We just, at the end of the day, what we want to do is just make sure people are happy and taken care of, whether they are permanent residents here or folks like yourselves that are just passing through town.
Great job evading the question.
You know what? I think we should go eat our sandwiches and leave this poor man alone.
I don't disagree.
And he kind of looks at you, Inara, with like a thank you kind of like look in his eyes.
Come on, and she'll hook her arm through Inara's arm and start walking off.
What? You hook your arm
You're gonna walk with yourself hand in hand?
No, sorry. I don't know why.
She's like giving herself a
I'm
hug.
tired and I'm playing with my computer today, okay?
Inara actually duplicated herself mid-conversation.
That's it.
I move so fast that it's like there's two of me.
Oh, there's two of them.
I'm just saying, I'm apparently a bad person.
You're not a bad person just because
if Satan's never come to me,
elf doesn't come to you in the night in the winter.
How do you know he's an elf?
I don't know, because everybody here is an elf and it seems weird.
That is weird, actually. And I'm half elf.
I'd like to point out that the shop owner was a Goliath.
That's true.
I don't recall
Everybody
you
else
saying
is
that.
an elf, though.
God came down and was like, actually, the shop owner was a Goliath. So, that's shame on you for not paying attention.
I did not write that down. I wrote, did I write that down?
I didn't write down that he was a Goliath.
I just wrote, oh, no, I did write down that he was a Goliath.
Oh my god, it's literally at the top of my page, a Goliath.
I didn't write anything down.
Probably
I didn't write it down at
because it was
all.
like, oh my god, he's not an elf. I'm gonna write it down.
Literally at the top of my page. I didn't write it down. I lied.
Anyway, I don't think that that makes you a good person or a bad person. It's not any different than any of the other, like, stories that they tell children to make sure that they behave. I'm sure that some cultures might have a story about the scary old lady who lives in the woods who will eat you if you do not behave.
I met her once.
She's real? That's what they told me when I was a kid.
I met her. Or at least someone
Did she
eerily
have
similar.
a hut that had chicken legs that moved through the forest?
Oh my god, yes.
You met Baba Yaga?
I don't want to talk about it. Not right now.
We
I
are
don't
going
think
to
it's
have to
quite the
get
Christmas
very
spirit.
drunk at some point, and I want to hear that story.
Oh, we don't
because
even
that
have to
is-
be drunk for
I thought
this.
that she was the thing that they just told children to scare them into behaving when they were little. So this is like, but anyway, this is a story that we are going to get into later. But
Very nice
what
woman.
I was trying to say is that I got told stories about Baba Yaga when I was a child to make me behave, right? Because that's what you tell you. It's either scary stories to scare them into behaving, or it's nice stories about presents and money under your pillow or whatever to bribe you into behaving. I mean, that is what childhood is either scaring you or bribing you. And this just seems like a bribing sort of situation.
I mean, there is a third option, but yeah.
My option was none of the above. My mum was killed when I was fairly young, and my dad was very estranged for very good reasons. I was raised by people in the woods.
And what did those people in the woods do to get you to behave and do what you're told?
They beat me?
You were scared into behaving. That is what.
But not by stories!
Well,
That's
no, but
that's
you
the
were
third
by
option.
brute
What the hell is going on right now?
One or the other it's you either scared into behaving or bribed into behaving.
Scared, bribed, beaten.
But getting beaten makes you a capable fighter, so like, that's really a trade-off.
Yeah, at least I can fight in the sand.
That's very true, I guess. But either way, there are different things. I would be willing to bet that is not real and this is a story, but it is a nice time to celebrate because otherwise it's just dark and cold and then you got to wait till spring. So I'm sure that they have this holiday that is probably, I mean, we're getting kind of close to the winter solstice anyway, so they probably would celebrate something anyway. And so it's like, let's celebrate this. And also let's see if we can have this guy who can help make the kids behave.
Okay, but I'm just saying, right now, I'm gonna go with the I am bad until proven otherwise by Satan himself.
That is a very extreme view.
It's the one I have.
And suddenly the fact that you were beaten a lot as a child makes so much sense.
Doesn't it, though?
It does a bit.
Doesn't it? Yeah. I feel like I'm pretty chipper, comparatively. You know?
But
to my peers.
your baseline assumption is that you are a bad person because some mystery, non-existent person has not brought you a gift.
I would like a gift.
Do you want a gift?
I mean, you bought my coffee and my sandwich.
That's like barely a gift. Hold on. I will get you a gift. And she's gonna start like looking at her cloak, which has these patches all over it. And she's gonna go, well, would that be a good guy? I don't think that would be a
My parents got me to behave by not allowing me to beat up my siblings.
No, you know what? I know. I've got the gift for you.
It's a punishment.
I have a gift for you. Nope, I've got it. And she will pull out this patch kind of towards the bottom of the cloak. And if you look at the patch, it has 2 dogs like embroidered on it. And she's gonna rip the patch off and she's gonna throw it on the ground and 2 mastiffs are gonna appear. There you go. What did they say? Christmas. Merry Christmas. 2 dogs for you. I know you like animals.
Oh my
Better than
god,
people
are they
in most
real?
cases. Yes, go. They are my gift to you. 2 dogs. You can name them. And there you have 2 mastiffs.
And you see these 2 large dogs kind of standing on either side of Inara, just sitting there like with the happiest, like just like looking around and just like they couldn't have a care in the world. They're so just happy to be there.
Inara will reach down and kind of scratch on the head, that makes their ears go crazy.
Yeah.
Like really hard scratch on the head.
Yeah.
Florence is shook. She's like to her core. I've never been given a gift by anyone.
That's crazy to me, but here you go. We've been friends for how long, and I've never given you a gift. That seems crazy.
I might do mutual things for each other, but not like you just made 2 dogs appear out of nothing.
Well, it wasn't nothing. This is a very special cloak that I picked up when I was in the Feywild, and it comes in handy. And to be perfectly honest, I wasn't sure when we were going to, if I was ever going to need to have 2. It seems like a weird thing, but you like animals, and this is the spirit of Christmas, I guess, is to give gifts, and so here you go.
Do they go back into the patch, or are they just out there?
They are out now, and we have 2 dogs.
Get wrecked, Tony.
Hey.
Okay, well, I've got homework.
There you go.
And you need to name them though, because we can't just keep calling them the dogs. I mean,
Oh
we can,
god.
you think on it. You think on it,
okay.
and you let us know.
I've got it. I've got it.
Okay, you got
This
it.
one is going to be birch, and this one's going to be elm tree.
Can we just go with elm, because elm tree is kind of it's a little well.
No,
has to
I was
be elm.
told a story. I was told a story way back in the day. I do have stories. I was told stories, but not for getting me to act in a specific manner. There were 2 lovely chaps together, and their names were Bert and Ernie, but I feel like that's not quite. So maybe birch and elm tree is close.
Oh, okay. I can see that. Birch and
Was there a giant bird?
In this story?
Or just
Occasionally.
around?
Occasionally, but it was more focused on Bert and Ernie.
All right, birch. That's kind of hard to say. Birch and elm.
Callie, give me a
calling them.
Callie, give me a
Morag and
history
Dominic.
check. Give me a history check real quick, Callie.
Wait, what are they? Are they both male?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
10.
I
10?
have 2 mastiffs.
Kind of similar to the like winter solstice Christmas connection you made earlier. You've heard a similar story to this.
Burke and Larry.
Yeah, something like that, but not this exact. Which is what made you think about asking about the big bird, because you're more familiar. Like, you've heard an example of a story that had like a talking frog and a talking pig and a talking bear, which is similar in vein, but not this exact story. Oh, and by the way, as soon as you like poofed the 2 mastiffs off of your very useful cloak, I might add.
Oh my god, it's my new favorite magic item.
Like you see like people kind of like step back and go, but like the kid, like there's a few smattering of kids around that are like, wow, that is so neat. And then they start walking up to you like as your conversation is wrapping up, like, can we pet your dogs?
You have to ask their mother because they're her dogs.
They all turn to you, Florence, and go, can we pet your dog?
I'm gonna look at the dogs. And just like...
Do you want to do like speak with animals on them or anything?
Sorry, I forgot what a character sheet was. No, I won't cast anything. I'm just gonna look at them and be like, sure. You can pet them.
Why did that almost make me choke?
I don't know.
So they just happy to be there, dude. So the kids start walking, like very gently petting because they start to rush up and the parents go, no, gentle. Some pets, some animals don't like hard pets. They go, okay. So they start like gentle pets and like they watch what you did before and do like the rubbing of the head and make the ears flip flop. Like, these dogs are in heaven right now.
There is so much slobber.
They are just, it's like, and it's like starting to pool around them, and it's not quite cold enough that like turns to ice right away, but it definitely like starting to formulate like some of the drool on their mouth is turning into like not icicles, but like that icy patching kind of thing. That because they are just slobbering so much because of how happy they are.
Yes.
And they're like, and so like this crowd of people, especially the kids, were kind of paying attention to the conversation you were having, and it was like, that was so cool that you like celebrate the Christmas spirit, like just like that. That is so neat. And they like, turn to, Florence and Callie and are like, that is so cool that like you've got this friend that was so nice that gave you a gift, and it's just, Christmas is the best. And like people are like high-fiving and hugging and be like, this is just the best. Man, I love Christmas.
Soon as they said Christmas spirit, Florence is gonna zone in on that kid and just be like, you know about the Christmas spirit?
Oh, yeah, everybody knows about Christmas spirit, you silly goose. No.
The Christmas spirit?
Oh, Santa.
Is it real?
Yeah, Santa.
I had it wrong. I thought it was Satan.
They kind of look at you and go, nope, it's Santa. Do you wanna, and like the kid that you asked this like kind of leans in and be like, do you wanna write a letter to him?
Why?
Well, to tell him like, like what kind of stuff you like, and like tell them about the good things you've done all throughout the year, to be like, hey, these are the good things I did. And if you can find it in your heart to, you know, to see all the good I'm doing, like I would really like this, you know, this gift. If you can do it, that would be great. And like, so you write this letter, and like he points over by the massive
Callie.
Christmas tree. Oh, go ahead, Callie.
I have an inquiry actually.
Yeah. Go ahead.
So, in order for Santa to know if you've been good or bad, you have to write him letters telling him the good things that you do. He doesn't just know.
No, I mean, some people, you know, nobody knows exactly how he does it, but some people say he has this like magic crystal that kind of lets him, you know, see people in the world and like check on whether they're good or not. So it's not like you have to write the letter. It's just some people like to do it, you know, because it just makes them feel better. Like I did it last year, and it made me feel so good. And I got what I asked for, which I thought was really, really neat, you know? And so some people just do it to do it. It's not something you have to do, but, you know, some people just like doing it. You know, it's also nice to, like, write down all the good things you do, because after you write down and you look at all the good stuff you've done, you feel good about it, because you're like, wow, look at all the good things I did this last year, you know? Like,
Is winning fights considered good?
Kind of looks at his parents. The parents are like, and he kind of looks back and goes, well, I mean, I guess if you were like fighting to stop a bad guy from doing something bad, or like
No, this is fighting for money, like Gladiator. You ever heard of Gladiator stuff?
Nope. Never heard of that. What's that? Is it like kind of a thing where you're just glad to be there? Like, is it like a happiness thing?
No, it's like a thing where people watch you fight other people, and those other people, they want to be there. Just to be clear, everyone involved wants to be there. But, you know, if you win, you get more money than if you lose, you don't get money. Or sometimes you're dead, but I try not to kill people.
So the kid kind of...
Callie, this is, perhaps it's, this is maybe a discussion for not with children, but sometimes you fight to protect people, and that is good.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Yeah, the other thing, I don't know about that, but that's definitely good. They gotta turn right to the parents. The parents are like,
how to fight, because if their parents are gone, or if they get lost in the woods and they don't know how to fight the bugbear, you know, what good are they?
Suggest the children not fight, just in general.
yeah, no, I wouldn't want to fight a bugbear. I read about them in books in school. Those definitely sound scary. But I guess what I would say to like answer your question, he keeps looking back at the parents. Parents are like, get out of their wedge. It's like, well, I guess this would be a good instance where you could write to Santa and kind of let him know about this, and maybe Santa will say that it's good and you get a gift. I don't know.
Where do we put these letters to Santa?
Maybe it's good that you're not weak, you know, and that you're a capable fighter.
Sure, yeah, Santa's a pretty understanding guy.
You know what? Let's go find these letters I saw where the kid was pointing, and she's gonna hook her arm through Callie's arm this time and start walking off.
I'm just gonna gather the dogs.
Birch and elm
tree.
Elm tree.
Elm tree.
All right. Yeah.
Sorry,
so
it's been like a month since I had a good fight, so it's just kind of on my mind.
That's fair, but I think that debating the morality of arena fighting with a 10-year-old is probably not
I was fighting in arena since I was 6. What are you talking about?
Yes, but look at this town. I'm pretty sure the kids here don't even know what an arena is.
All right,
What?
so
Our arena is.
Yeah, that's very clever. I think that we should all write letters to Santa. If
All right.
only to... Of course, you don't think you can write a letter? You know how to write. I've seen you.
No. Dogs. Can the dogs write a letter? They've been good. They've been so good.
They've been very good in the last 5 minutes.
They've been the goodest of boys.
They're such good boys.
They really are. I bet you could write the letter for them, because I think that there would be a lot of slobber would like run the ink. So.
Oh, it's a signature.
Oh, I've got an idea for that. You could write it for them, and then we could put their paws on it like a stamp.
Oh, that. Okay.
All right.
Like you should write it on the back of the page because they have like really large paws.
That's true, actually.
All right. So, as you folks make your way over to the place to write your letters to Santa, we're going to take our last break of the evening, barring technical difficulties. So, get a drink, get a snack.
I'm not going to touch anything.
Go potty again, and we'll be back very shortly
Don't even leave your chair.
to hear these stories. All right, so we'll see you in a bit.
That's good. Because I was worried because your friends seem to get mad at you.
Friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is
thing
right.
usually.
Yes.
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
Right.
You
So
do
would-
also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us friends?
I do.
I would like to say that we are friends. Are we friends?
Well, we haven't killed you yet.
Well, then in my
All right.
Goes to kiss her and closes the door in his face.
You gotta tug at the door. Why would you do that? Why do you go in tongue first? Learn your lesson.
Natural Jeff.
So,
He is indeed a natural.
Natural
He is a natural Jeff.
We rolled a natural Jeff.
he is not a box Jeff. He's natural Jeff.
Yeah. So organic, not from a box.
Yeah.
Grass-fed.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's natural Jeff.
There you go.
You're bringing the bodies?
Yeah.
Well,
We loaded up the bodies.
That's right. We were tying up and doing the dragging
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
So we didn't just leave them in the woods. Yeah.
You're dragging bodies down the road on your car?
We're not
We
dragging
made
them down the road. They're on like
We made a
little
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A sled. Like a sled.
We're not barbarian.
We're not just going to leave them in the woods. Come on.
I'm not
Jeffrey, that's
mutt.
the dogs. that's the dog.
Well,
Did you
thank
hear
you
it
for
in
telling
your
me,
mind?
ta-ta!
Did you hear that in my
He
mind?
can talk.
Oh, and you must be the Jeffrey.
There it is. The Jeffrey.
And he looks at you longingly. And hold on. Gotta check something. Gotta check something. Hold.
Was that good for longing?
Longing.
Yes, this is how the actual people you're training.
Now I need to
There's basically 50 elven children going all over the place. So, but with axes, because it's axe training day.
That's it. That's it.
So you gave me the necklace, and I love it.
Thank you.
Do you still have the other half?
Of course. And he kind of
Good to
like.
see it.
Yep. He, kind of ruffles
Oh,
his
he's
shirt and
wearing
pulls it out. Yep.
Okay.
The thing where the smoke comes out.
Chimney! There you go.
Really? Really? I'm kidding.
That's amazing.
It was mostly the face with a.
Sorry.
Oh.
Yes. Go start.
Now this goblin knot. It's not a plant I've ever heard of, but it could just be another misspelling. Because maybe that K is an S. He sort of turns the paper a little bit. Yeah, that must be what it is. Parvovis cabolus muca involta. Goblin snot. Bugbear boogies. Used in pungent poultices and unctuous ointments due to its veritable viscosity. It binds ingredients together, provided you don't care how noxious the result is. For reasons I'm sure you can imagine, I don't keep any around. You'll have to ask a goblin.
You realize, Jeff, that for now and forever, every time someone says your name on stream, we're gonna be like,
Jeffrey!
I'm sorry.
I'm not.
Both. It's a mix of both.
Looking, found something you have.
You're also blowing out on the mic.
Yeah,
A little
that's
bit.
very true.
Be here all night.
Oh.
And by all night, I mean
God.
for another hour.
Looks like that.
I can't see that.
Right there.
Oh, okay.
I would like you to.
There's a picture in the Discord. Yeah.
Fine. We don't have to do it then.
She's a very plain widow.
No. And like the metal of the armor is just gonna kind of like ripple up my arm and just show like the nub, and then it will come back.
Yeah, what if Xing Xing did it?
Like very Terminator style.
Look at my nub.
Dun 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 dun.
That needs to be clipped.
Ask me about my nub.
Ask me about my nub.
Yes, exactly.
Take my strong hand.
There's like a vein popping out in your forehead, turning red.
This is my happy vein.
Happy vein. I got closer than last time. She looks at you and she goes, impressive.
So happy.
That's the exact same thing he said to you in the dream.
Go on.
That's it.
Fuck.
Is that in character?
I am not Matt Mercer. Hi, I'm off-brand Matt Mercer. Great value, if you will.
Great value, Matt.
Mert Masser.
Mert Masser. Oh shit! No, I'm just Devin. It's fine.
Bye.
Oh 3 halflings in a trench coat.
Yeah.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh my god.
We are doing
Okay.
that at some point because there are 3 of us.
Yep.
Yes. Yes.
There you
Needs
go.
to be done. And I have a
Alright.
trench coat.
All right, but I'm.
We like clips.
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 They're
Clips are
good.
very important.
You should definitely make clips of today. If you don't, I will find you, and I will TPKO you.
That's good. Well, because I was worried because your friends seem to get mad at you.
Friend is a loose term. See, I say friend because while I don't really have any friends like you all, I have things that don't kill me, and I count that as a good thing.
That is fine.
Usually.
Yes.
I lived a life a long time ago, so I understand.
Right, right.
You
So
do
would-
also call everyone
Would you
your friend.
consider us
I do.
friends?
I do.
I would like to say that we are friends. Are we friends?
Well, we haven't killed you yet.
Well, then in my
All right.
Goes to kiss her and closes the door in his face.
That's a tug. You got a tug in the door. Why would you do that?
Why do you go in tongue first? Learn your lesson.
Natural Jeff.
So,
He is indeed a natural.
Natural
He is a natural Jeff.
We rolled a natural Jeff.
he is not a box Jeff. He's natural Jeff.
Yeah. So organic, not from a box.
Yeah.
Grass-fed.
Maybe he's born with it. Maybe it's natural Jeff.
There you go.
You're bringing the bodies?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, we loaded up the bodies.
That's right. We were tying
onto-
up and doing the dragging thing.
Yeah.
So we didn't just leave them in the
Oh.
woods. Yeah.
You're dragging bodies down the road on your car.
We're not
We
dragging
made
them down the road. They're on
We
like
made a
little
thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A sled. Like a sled.
We're not barbarian.
We're not just gonna leave them in the woods. Come on.
I'm not.
Jeffrey, that's the dogs. That's the dog.
Well,
Did you
thank
hear
you
it
for
in your
telling me,
mind?
ta-ta!
Did you hear that in my
He
mind?
can talk.
Oh, and you must be the Jeffrey.
There it is.
Hey, welcome back. Sorry for the longer than expected break. We had a surprise visit from one of our lovely chatters, IRL. So,
Yeah. She
shout out
literally
to
traveled by teleporter to say stuff in person.
exactly.
Yep.
Shout out to Reality Break Mom. It's not her
She
official
told us about the
title.
Christmas spirit.
Yes. So now Florence is she's got it figured out.
We're caught up. We're good.
Yep, we're good. So, all right. So, as Inara, you guide Callie and Florence tailing behind with her to new pair of mastiffs. You come up to a table, like a long, not quite a banquet table, but a longer than average like picnic table, we'll say, with benches that pull in and out. And on one end of the table, you see a couple people, like younger kids, mostly, like younger kids, like, you know, ballpark like 3 or 4, and you see a couple grown-ups sitting next to them, like helping them write out, you know, words and letters on this parchment paper and stuff. And on the other end, you see a large chest with a slot seemingly like carved or cut out in the top of it. And the chest has a padlock on it. And then in front of that, you see a bunch of parchment papers, like a couple stacks of parchment papers, and a couple stacks of envelopes, and 3 or 4 inkwells and what are those things called? The dippers.
Oh.
Yeah, well, thank you. That are under, like, similar to what you've seen with the sandwich and the drinks, like under these small, like, cast iron heating pads. You don't see an active fire on them right now, but, you know, when you walk over to them, you know, you definitely feel the warmth radiating from them. Clearly meant there just to keep the ink from freezing. It's not, like, super
I was
cold.
gonna walk
but...
up and put, like, her hand right in front of it, so her hands warm up a little bit.
Yeah, and it's not like the fireplace back at the lodge. Like, it's not like you burning you right away kind of thing, but you definitely feel that warm sensation start crawling up your hands and arms after, you know, a minute or 2.
Nice.
Yep. All right.
Florence is just gonna sit down and just like go ham on a letter.
Okay. Go ahead.
But I'm not writing Santa, I'm writing Satan.
Okay. That is absolutely fair. Give me...
She'll get it right eventually.
One day.
Yeah.
One day. Give me a performance check while you're writing your letter. I'll give you advantage if you feel like telling me what you're writing out.
Oh.
No, not like I'm writing this. I want to hear exactly what you write.
Oh, absolutely. Have you met me?
I have on more than one occasion.
Oh my god, even with advantage? This is gonna be like a toddler writing a letter.
Okay.
I got a nat 1 and a 5, and I have a +0.
Oh no.
All right. Let's hear your letter. It also makes sense why it's Dear Satan.
And I'm okay. Visualize, right? I rolled a 5 with advantage. She is full tongue out, like full arm on the table, leaning over this piece of parchment. So she goes, "Dear Satan, I personally think that I have been a very nice person this year, and for the past 96 before that. I have never met you. I still haven't decided if I would like to, but you seem nice, ? I was told by random people in weird clothing to write to you. And children. Not their children, other children. But they also told me to write to you. I have done good things, like helping people find lost treasure, I did have to kill that person later after we found the treasure. But it was because they went mad. There was also a mummy. Flips paper. That we had to defeat as well. I have done a lot of good for people. I am a very, all caps, very generous tipper. And I was given 2 dogs today by my... She like scribbles out a little bit. By one of my best friends, Anara.
Aww.
She is also writing you a letter, but I would like to mention her in mine, thanking her profusely for my 2 mastiffs, Birch and Elm Tree. I think that you should give her a wonderful gift. I will also give her a gift as soon as I can think of one. I don't know what else to write in this letter, but I'm also running out of space to write. If you, Satan, would like to meet me, do you write back? Question mark? If you do, or if you don't, I suppose you can still find me at the Ice Heath Inn in Polar Pines. Signed, marks it out. Yours, marks it out. Florence.
Give yourself inspiration for that. Well done.
That's awesome.
Well done.
Thank you.
All right, is Callie or Nara? Are either one of you going to be writing a letter to Santa?
Sure, why not?
All right. Roll a performance. I will give you advantage if you write out, or if you tell us verbatim what you're going to write.
I need to clip that so that I can put it on a t-shirt. The whole thing.
The whole thing.
The whole thing.
I imagine that the bottom of it, the writing got really small as you were getting to the bottom
Yeah.
of the
The letters started, the words started
Dirty
getting scorched.
20.
Dirty 20!
Yeah,
Get a
get
dirty
it.
20 in the chat.
Hey, nice.
Was that with advantage or just a straight roll?
That was with the advantage.
All right, so now tell us what Callie writes.
Sky is like, Dear Santa, I don't know if you are an actual thing or if you're just something that kids tell each other to behave. However, I would argue that I have been very good this year because I've been good, well, this year and all years, frankly, at fighting, at least in the arenas. I mean, fighting in the desert, that was a new environment to me, and I got my ass handed to me a couple times. And, but I feel like it was a growing experience, to be honest, And the fact that I didn't give up during those fights and I still tried to, I feel like that's good too. So just really, I'm good at things. Does that count as being good? If I'm good at fighting people? I don't know. I guess that's for you to decide. But if I am good at fighting people, I would like to have a gift of more challenging opponents in the future to really test my fighting skill. And I guess that's all I really want. So if you exist and I have more challenging fighters, maybe I'll attribute it to you. Or maybe it's some weird benevolent god that is evil. I don't know.
Satan.
But
Benevolent and
I guess that's all I can write right now. So enjoy. And I hope you watch me have many good fights. Callie.
I like it. Give yourself an inspiration. Well done. Inara, are you going to write a letter to Santa?
I will write a letter to Santa.
All right. Give me a performance check. You can roll with advantage if you want to tell us verbatim what you write.
Well, like, how could I not? Everybody else has.
I just want to give you the out if you want to take it.
Okay, that is a total of 13.
Write your letter.
She sits and thinks for a moment. Dear Santa, I am not entirely sure if you are real. It seems like you are a story. However, I was told stories about Baba Yaga today when I was a kid, and I today just found out that she apparently is real. So I better, to hedge my bets, I will write this letter as if you are real. Have I been good? Well, let's see. I kind of abandoned my friends for an adventure, which I feel a little bad about in hindsight. But before that, I did help a young man get over the loss of his love, and we saved a town. I think that was pretty good. Because that town would have destroyed itself. Oh, and we also saved a librarian from little mimics. That was kind of a whole thing. And then I had to go back to the Feywild to visit my master, who is getting on in years. So I'm sure that, like, taking care of the old people is a good thing. I gave my friend Florence some dogs because I know she likes animals very much, and I found out she has never received a gift, which is just outrageous to me. But now she has had a gift, and hopefully she will get more. As for what I want, I don't know what I want. I have most everything that I could want or need. You know what I would like? I would like some decorations for my antlers, for my horns. They're a little plain, and I like all the colors that I have, like in my hair and on my clothes. They're just, you can't really paint them, so you can't decorate them. So some sort of decoration for my horn, I think, would be nice. And I think that is it. Sincerely, Inara.
There you go. Give yourself an inspiration. Well done.
Oh, thanks.
Very lovely. Very lovely. All right. So next to where the envelopes are stacked, there's once again on a on like a little cast iron plate, a little wooden handle that appears to be sitting in like a thing of wax.
Oh, Nara will fold it up and do the wax stamp and write Santa on the front.
Okay.
Oh, we need to do the dogs. Here, I will put the ink on their feet. You hold their feet up and we'll stamp.
Okay. I'm not gonna write anything else on the letter. I'm just gonna have the paw print. And then I'm gonna sign Birch on one and Elm Tree on the other. Ernie.
They are just happy to be involved at this point. That's all.
Just glad to be here.
They're just glad to be here. To be here, bro.
You know what? No, actually, I am gonna cast Speak with Animals, and I'm gonna ask them what they want.
Okay. Hold on, I gotta think about voices. I gotta write the names.
Happy. Really getting into
Elm Tree. Okay. Birch and Elm Tree. All right. All right. So, what does when you cast Speak with Animals? What does it look like?
I don't know how to answer that.
Well, like, what do you like? Do you do a special
Are there
hand motion?
sparkles?
Do you
there...
like? Does anything glow? That's why I'm asking you. Don't say I don't know.
It's a vocation. I don't know.
So what do you say?
You speak.
So what?
I don't know the actual incantation.
No, just it's creativity. Be creative.
Oh,
that's what you do.
Baba
Perfect.
Yaga.
That just blows Inara's mind when she hears you say that.
I can speak with animals now.
Yeah.
You know what? It's gonna be. I don't know. Incantation.
Okay. Perfect.
But like SpongeBob, incantation.
Okay.
So, I'm just gonna look at the dogs and I'm gonna say, Birch, Elm Tree, do you have anything that you would like to ask of Santa?
So Birch, so they both kind of like stop panting and kind of like tilt their heads and think for a second. And Birch speaks up first. He goes, "Well, let's see. I could really use a bone. I like gnawing on bones. You know what I mean? Like a nice clean bone where I don't have to like worry about it rolling around in the dirt or anything like that. Just a nice bone to gnaw on. You know what I mean? Keep it away from old Elm Tree here. Because, you know, he likes to mess with my stuff sometimes." And Elm Tree looks at Birch and goes, "Oh, Birch, you're so funny. I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I really want? I really want, like, a little toy that squeaks. You know what? I like rubber ducks the best. I really like a nice squeaky rubber duck to just chew on. Sometimes I sing it a song. But yeah, that's what I would really want."
I'm crying.
Oh,
that was perfect. I love it so much. See, now you guys don't regret me naming them Birch and Elm Tree.
No,
That's where I went. That's funny. That's where I thought you were going with it.
Yes.
Oh my god, it's brilliant. I'm dying.
Okay. I'm trying not to cry. You know, those are very simple wants, and I appreciate that.
Well, you know, I'm just a simple dog. Just like the simple things in life.
Okay. I just need each of your paws on the papers.
Oh,
and
sure.
we can send them off to Santa.
Oh, sure. Isn't this exciting, Birch? And Elm Tree puts his paw up. And Birch says, "Oh, yeah, but I hope you better wash my paw after this, because I don't like my paws getting dirty."
Oh, you could just rub it in the snow. It'll come off.
I guess I can do that. So put the paw on, and you see, like, Birch start, like, rubbing his paw, like, vigorously in the snow to wash it off. And Elm Tree kind of looks at his and goes, "That's really neat."
And oh my god,
I love it. It's so good. I best idea I've ever had. To give you this dog.
Yes.
I'm so happy.
It was perfect.
All right.
Okay.
So, with so everybody takes their envelopes and you know, you take their papers, put them in the envelope. I'm guessing everybody does the wax seal on the envelope.
Mine says to Satan, but yes.
Yep. Yes. Absolutely. So, everybody drops their envelopes. Drops their envelope in the slot in the locked chest. And as you're walking away, you know, you see the kid, the age 3 or 4-year-old kid walking along with the adult, like they kind of pass you as you're leaving the chest. They're walking towards it, and you just see the kid kind of like look at you guys and go, "Wow!" And like as you are walking away, you hear the kid say like, "Wow, Mama, I got my wish already. I saw an angel."
I love that both Florence and Anara are just like, what?
That's weird.
Yep. Children.
Oh. So we're gonna take a quick second pause to shout out the raid. So thank you for raiding in Vogbog. Definitely appreciate it.
Hello.
Welcome in. We are Reality Break 20. We are in the midst of a one-shot that is provided by the fine folks over at Dragon's Nest Delivery, titled The Stormy Night, where the party is learning about Santa and Christmas, and it's just, we had It's been a treat, so thank you for coming in. We definitely do appreciate. We appreciate all the followers and longtime friend Fusca. Hey Fusca, good to see you. Welcome in, everybody. Thank you for the follows. Thank you for the raid. We definitely do appreciate it. All right, so you walk away, and so you walk away from the table, and you all stop to like admire the tree because obviously it's like the centerpiece of the town square and all that. And one thing that you find exceedingly noticeable at the very top of the tree is this massive shimmering gold star. It's around like lunchtime at this point, like a little bit after lunchtime at this point. But it just feels like it's not as quite as bright as the sun, but it definitely shines with a radiance that you would not expect. And it adorns the top of this wonderfully, beautifully decorated tree. And the conversations around you kind of, like you hear from time to time people going like, wow, you know what, the North Star on the tree just looks extra beautiful this year. It's just, we are just so happy that it is a part of the tree, and it helps me just get into the Christmas spirit even that much more. You know what I mean? And like you hear smattering of those conversations as you're kind of making your way through the crowd.
North Star, as in like North Star?
Do you ask?
Yes.
How do you ask?
Hi. You said that was the North Star. Do you mean the North Star?
Oh,
or
good.
is it just a name?
They like put their hand on your shoulder and they're like, oh goodness, no, that would be ridiculous. No, we just call it the North Star because, that was a gift. That was a gift from Santa himself during the first Christmas that Polar Pine was, after Polar Pine was established. So we just call it the North Star because it seems to be as bright when it's put on top of the Christmas tree. It shines as brightly as the North Star day and night.
How long ago was this town founded?
They kind of turn to each other and they go, oh, oof, this town has been around for decades, at least centuries even. There's an old man that tells the riddles. I think he might be the only person that's older than the town itself. So this town has been around for a very long time.
Very interesting that this star was given by Santa himself. Not
Absolutely.
Like an heirloom handed down or something like that.
Nope. This was, the story goes that when the town was founded, they put a tree up to kind of symbolize where the center of the town was. And around this time of year, we awoke. The townsfolk that were alive during when the town was established awoke to that star sitting on top of the tree. And so we've been treating it with reverence and respect ever since, as it seems to be symbolic of, Santa welcoming us and thanking us for establishing this town as a gesture of friendship.
Have you ever met Santa?
No, heavens no. He's because he gets so busy during the one night of Christmas, he flies around all over the world. So we don't get a chance to see him, and then otherwise he spends most of his time resting and working on gifts for people up at his shop. He never comes into town unless it's the night of Christmas.
Where Laura's gonna turn to Florence. I still cannot decide if this guy is real or not.
So are you saying
Sometimes I
that
think that it is, and sometimes
people
I
have
think that
seen this guy, or?
Yes, but that was also centuries ago, and nobody knows. And
okay, has anyone been to the shop?
Oh no. It's way and you see them kind of gesture. There is a path that goes north of the town square, and you see like these two large like pillars standing by this gate. You say, like, yeah, the town, his shop is way up in the mountains, way north of here. It's one of those things where it's like, you know, do you maybe have somebody that's been curious about it to try to go talk to Santa about something? Have they maybe talked about going up there? Absolutely. But, you know, nobody that's lived in the town has ever wanted to make the trek because, you know, Santa works hard, and so he, you know, reading letters, making gifts, getting ready for the Christmas trip. So we tend to just, like, you know, let him rest and let him do his work.
I don't think he's real.
I'm about 50-50 at this point.
Well, come Christmas time, Christmas is in a few days away. Come Christmas time, we'll see if you believe or not. Yeah, and if you don't, you know, you are entitled to your own beliefs, and we're not going to hold it against you one way or another.
Well, that is very appreciated.
So maybe not a cult after all. But it's still kind of odd.
They're an open-minded cult if they're a cult.
Yeah. So, at this point, you do have a couple different options. If you want to head over to the, because like I said, it's like mid-afternoon at this point, so it's like 2 o'clock-ish in the afternoon. You can either head over to the armorer, the blacksmith, kind of see what they have available there. You can mill about the town square for a little bit longer, kind of take in the sights, the sounds, maybe see if there's more shops or anything like that. Or you can head back to the lodge, you know, to, you know, kind of spend the rest of the day relaxing there and head for bed. So it's kind of up to you as to what you feel like doing.
What time of day did you say it was?
Like 2 o'clock-ish in the afternoon.
You could go to the armorer.
Yeah, let's go. Wait, the armorer or the blacksmith?
They're the same. They're the same.
It's the blacksmith armorer, whatever.
Yeah. Let's go to the blacksmith. I think.
Sure.
See what they've got.
Okay. All right, so you make your way. So once again, they have signs kind of clearly marked. So you make your way out of the town square, and I have some flavor text for you. So yeah, as you approach the outskirts of Polar Pine, the rhythmic clang of a blacksmith's hammer rings out, guiding you to Bry's, B-R-Y, Ironworks. The exterior of the modest building showcases a mix of practicality and holiday spirit. A wreath made of pine needles adorns the entrance, and the flickering light of a lantern hanging by the door casts a warm glow on the snowy path. Upon entering the workshop, the comforting scent of burning coal and hot metal fills the air. The interior is well organized and neatly arranged tools and various metalworking stations. A series of intricate snowflake patterns forged with care decorate the walls, adding a touch of artistry to the functional space. The dwarven blacksmith with a grizzled beard and an apron smeared with soot looks up from his work as you enter. He greets you with a hearty smile, his eyes gleaming with a genuine love for his craft. Welcome to Bray's Ironworks! If it's sturdy equipment or a bit of festive flair you're after, you've come to the right place. What can I do for you today?
You are a sight for sore eyes.
I've heard that more than once in my day.
Hey. I really just want to see your wares.
All right. Well, the wares are along the walls back there. Feel free to peruse them at your own leisure. I guarantee you, everything is hand-forged, handcrafted, and hand cared for myself. And the name, as I said, is Bry Pinestone, and he sticks out a big burly hand to you.
Pleasure to meet you.
So previous handshakes you've gotten were like very stern and vigorous. This is basically like, you know, hand clasped, 1, 2, hand out.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'm gonna go look over here.
All right. And you see him go back to his hammer and anvil. So you have a wall of melee weapons and a wall of ranged weapons. Is there anything you want to, which wall would you want to start with first?
Ranged.
ranged. So you have a couple simple ranged weapons, a couple martial ranged weapons. You have a light crossbow, short bow, hand crossbow, heavy crossbow, a repeating crossbow, and a longbow. Nothing, and a blowgun, sorry. Nothing, they seem, like he said, sturdy, but, if you give me an Arcana check real quick.
It's cocked.
Take
17.
it. Oh, go ahead.
18. Nothing strikes you as like magical or anything like that. These just seem
Wait.
very.
Oh yeah. Sorry. I
You're
didn't
fine.
actually add anything to it, but I don't have anything to add to it.
There you go. Yeah. So within 18, with your familiarity and all your travels at this point, nothing gives you the sense of like a magic sense to you. So these just seem straightforward martial weapons.
Okay. What about with my 17?
You're still about the same. Still sure.
You gave me an extra one. I just wanted to be honest.
Oh, okay. No worries. 17 or 18 would have been the same anyway. So I appreciate the
Okay.
honesty though.
And repeating crossbow, that's a martial weapon, right?
Correct. It's a martial ranged weapon. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything strike
What
your
about
eye?
the...
Oh, you go ahead. No, go ahead, Inara.
I was just gonna say, I'll wander over to the melee just to
Okay.
see.
So you've got a
Anything.
range of your simple weapons. So you got hand axe, quarterstaff, daggers, spears, maces.
Candy cane swords.
That's another part of town. And then like for your martial melee weapons, pretty standard operating procedure here. Great sword, great axe. One thing that's interesting is they do have lances. He does have lances, which is not something you see at a blacksmith shop like this on the regular. But lances, mauls, warhammers, halberds, rapiers, longswords. If you give me a quick Arcana check.
That is a total of 4.
They could be magical, they could be not magical. You're not 100% sure.
You would think, being from the Feywild, that she would know more. Or be able to tell. Maybe she can't tell because everything in the Feywild
Yeah,
is
wild is
magical.
magic. So you just assume, maybe she assumes everything is magical because that's what she's used
Probably magic. No quarterstaffs, though.
to. Yeah, they do have a quarterstaff.
I'm going to take a closer look at the quarterstaff to see if there is anything interesting or special about it.
So you pick up a quarterstaff. Definitely get a strong scent of pine. So definitely made out of pine wood. Give me a quick investigation check.
That is also a 4.
You know, this could be. It could be a simple quarterstaff. This could be the most powerful quarterstaff any humanoids ever made. You're not really sure. But the inspection does make it look like that it's, the initial inspection is that it is very plain looking. However, because of your experience in the Feywild, you also know that things that look plain may end up being the most powerful items.
That's fair. What do you think, Florence? It's gonna hold her quarterstaff up in the new one. Should I get the new one? I've had this one for a long time.
It is quite a bit nicer. I guess just because it's new. How does it feel compared to your old one?
She'll spin it with one hand and spin her old one with the other hand. Does it feel any different?
Give me 2 dexterity checks.
2 dexterity checks. That is a 23 and a 23.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect. Can't ask for a better script writing than that. They literally feel exactly the same. To Florence's point, the one in the shop does look newer, less, scratches and, chunks taken out, things like that, because you do love poking things with it. But in terms of, like, how they feel, for better or for worse, whether that's good or bad, they feel exactly the same.
No, mine is worn down in just the places I like. It fits my hand nicely. So I think I'm going to stick with mine for now.
It's probably for the best.
Callie, are you checking anything out in the shop?
Yeah, she's gonna kind of browse like different blades and stuff.
Okay. Anything particular catch your eye?
Not at the moment.
Okay. That's cool. And you do hear the rhythmic pounding of the hammer on a piece of metal over in the anvil. You do hear it stop for a second and say, let me know if you have any questions there, folks. And he goes back to pounding.
I'd like to go over to him and ask about any possible magical arrows or anything along those lines.
Well, and so he puts the hammer down and says, well, I'm not a big magic shop user here. I'm just a simple blacksmith. I'm just a simple farmer. I mean, I will say I got a couple things in the back that might maybe interest you a little bit more than your standard firearm. But if you just give me a moment, I'll go wander to the back part of the shop and see if I can rustle it up for you.
He got country.
I tell you what. Wait, hold on. I tell you what. Alright, so you see him walk back to there's a side door that he kind of walks through. You hear him rustle around for a little bit, and he comes back and he's holding this quiver. He says, I think this might be something that you'll find particularly, especially out here in this cold part of the country, something that might be of particular use to you. He hands you the quiver.
He's a quiver of Ileana?
So when you take the quiver feels cold to the touch. But you notice also the quiver does have like a lid over the top of it, which is, kind of odd. But, so, I'll ask the question, but I think I know the answer. Open it?
Well, yeah.
Alright, so you open it up, and you are instantly hit with a wave of heat. And you look in, and you see these arrows that seem to be glowing embers. And he says, that right there is a bundle of fire arrows, if you'd be interested.
Be very interested.
Well, I'll sell you, there should be about 20 arrows in there. I'll sell to you for 10 gold pieces.
It's a steal. You should take that.
Steal. I feel like I should give you more gold.
Well,
Can I put any
if you're in the holiday spirit, you certainly can.
Now, if I was to put a regular arrow into this quiver, would it become a fire arrow?
No, regrettably not. The cold shielding is it's kind of a like it counteracts the heat. I don't know. I'm just a simple farmer. I'm just a simple blacksmith. I got this off of a trader a few decades ago. The way it was explained to me was that the outside is cold because it keeps the inside hot. I've tested it out a few times. Putting in a regular arrow does not turn it into a magical arrow. Regrettably, you'd only be able to put magical fire arrows in there, and that will keep the heat. I don't know. I'm not a magic man myself.
How much is just a standard 20 arrow?
You say, well, if you just want a standard bundle of arrows, I give you for 2 gold pieces. I'll be a bundle of 20 arrows.
Is that how much it normally runs? Is 2 gold?
Roll a history check.
I'm asking about the friggin' handbook, bro.
I know, but there is stuff in here that I'm telling you.
History check?
Yeah.
God, frick. 5?
Yeah, that sounds reasonable. That sounds about in line with what you've, you don't really do a lot
today.
You don't you normally make your arrows, so you don't buy arrows a lot, but that sounds reasonable. The prices he's giving you.
I do make my own arrows, but
yeah. So the prices he's giving you probably make sense, I guess.
Okay. I'm gonna give him 40 gold.
Jesus.
And I'm just gonna like slide it to him and say, don't undersell yourself in the future.
He looks at the gold, looks at you, and says, I don't suppose I should I? Thank you very much. You must be a generous soul, and I hope that Santa brings you exactly what you've been asking for.
Still trying to figure that out, but yes.
All right. And he takes the gold and pockets it. And
I'm gonna take the entire quiver and put it into my quiver.
Okay. All right. And
Do you
then
have
he
any
looks.
magical quarterstaffs?
Regrettably not. The only magic items I really get are when traders come in from, travelers, come in and they want to do a trade as opposed to just straight up buying stuff. So I have to regrettably hand make most everything I got here, and I'm not a magic man. So, what I can make is what you can get.
I'm not a magic person either, so I understand. I will ask, how much is one of those metal snowflakes? Because those are very pretty.
Oh, the metal snowflake? And he kind of looks at you, Florence, and be like, well, normally I'd sell it to you, but, because of your friend's generosity, if you want to take one, call and consider it on the house.
Oh, that's very sweet of you. I will gladly take you up on that.
Yep, and it's about, they come in all different...
one.
I was gonna say, they come in all different shapes and sizes. If you want to grab one of the smaller ones, it's probably about like 6 inches in diameter.
That's perfect. And she'll just hang it on her backpack.
There you go. All right, and then he turns to you, Callie, and says, anything over there that interests your eye, my friend?
What about like hand axes and stuff, or maces, or anything really that would have a lot of stopping power?
Oh, well, if it's stopping power you're looking for. And he walks over to where some of the larger martial weapons are, and he takes out a big two-handed warhammer. Takes it down and says, if you want to stop something, this will stop pretty much anything cold. He hands it to you.
Yeah, well, I guess an investigation to determine the quality of materials used.
Feel free.
$10.
10? Pretty standard. You've obviously been to some places that have, you've been to some higher quality blacksmiths and armorers that, that stuff was really, really good. But you've also been, stopped on some, ho-dunk little some little blacksmith that does patchwork, basically, and their weapons are not great. This is, somewhere in the middle. Nothing spectacular, but, you get the feeling that it would hold up well in a fight.
How much would you charge for this?
For that warhammer, it'd be 20 gold pieces.
Yeah, I feel like it's fairly solid. Warhammer, I think you've got a deal here.
All right, wonderful. Pleasure doing business with you. So if you want to add to your inventory, I'm pretty sure if you're doing D&D Beyond, you can just add a standard warhammer. Nice thing is it's considered versatile, so you can either dual wield it or wield it with one hand.
Yep, it'll do more damage if you use two hands.
Yep. All right. Anything else you folks want to check out?
I think I'm good.
All right.
Are there any decorations, small decorations?
There's the crap what Inara had bought. There's metal snowflake patterns, and everyone it looks a little bit different. They're different sizes, different shapes, different colors, stuff like that.
Never mind.
Okay. All right. So, at this point, the option, like I said, the options are at this point, you can either head back to the city square, take in the sights a little bit more, or you can head back to the lodge to grab dinner and head for bed.
I guess head for bed.
All right. All right, so
Unless there was something else in the square to see, other than food or...
I mean, there's more small talk with folks if you want to chit chat, get more Christmas lore, talk about the Christmas spirit a little more. Devin.
The Christmas spirit.
It's not a real Christmas tree, is it? It's not a real Christmas spirit. I don't know why you're Cockney all of a sudden.
I don't know either, really.
That's alright.
Never been there.
It's alright, isn't it? Isn't it?
Governor?
Isn't it?
As are channeling Kira now.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Alright, so...
Michael Kine.
Michael Kine.
Michael Kine.
So you're making your way through the streets, back to the Icy Hearth Lodge. As you walk in, it's very lively, very festive, because by the time you get there, it's right around dinner time, because, it's not like you're sprinting through the streets. You're taking your time. It's like an early dinner. It's like 5 o'clock-ish. But yeah, it's festive. Waiters, waitresses walking all around, handing people plates of food. If you guys want to, we can, go through, the whole meal experience, or we could just kind of skip over and say you guys get your meal and, get all that, head for bed. I hate to do it like this, but it's already like, 8 to 11. So.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we need to do the whole meal thing.
Sure.
We can head to bed, get a room and head to bed.
Yep. Just for confirmation's sake, you're all getting your own rooms?
Yeah.
Okay, just making sure. So you guys have your meal. It's a lovely meal. You talk to Heward. He gets you set up with your rooms. Each gets you your room key. So as you folks head up to your different rooms, just real quick, each one of you makes it to your room. Starting with Callie. Callie, what is your first thought as you open the door into your room? And the rooms are pretty standard. Some extra Christmas decorations and all that you feel for the, holiday, but on that standard bed, basin for washing face, armoire for hanging clothes up, stuff like that. What is your thoughts as you enter your room as you make your, settle down for the evening?
Kelly's stayed in all kinds of places, had all kinds of accommodations for different arenas she's fought in, and so she's like, not bad, a little nicer than most of the places they stay in.
There you go. Just appreciating what's right in front of you. I love it. Inara, what's going through Inara's head as she walks into her door to her room to settle in for the night?
I think Inara is kind of, even though she doesn't like the cold, she's thinking about the people and all the decorations and how nice it is, and then thinking again about the fact that if Baba Yaga really is real, the Santa guy might also be real, and that's kind of throwing her for a loop. That's a little but if one is real, then is the other real? Are more of these stories real? This is very disconcerting.
There you go. Florence, what is going through your head as you and your puppers make your way into your room to settle in for the evening?
Your bed is not going to be big enough.
No, but it'll be slobbery enough.
Oh, it will.
I imagine they both just hop onto the bed, and I'm just gonna look at them and smile and just think about the good things that I've done and if they truly are good, or what is good, and just really contemplating my actions as a whole and how I talk to people, and then I'm gonna think about Legionnaire for a little bit and how I would love for him to be here at this time of year, because I feel like he would really enjoy whatever the heck Christmas is.
That's beautiful. All right. So you all settle in. Everyone gets a good night's sleep.
Well, for the most part.
For the most part, you know.
Dogs.
But you know, they're very affectionate dogs.
Yes.
So everyone wakes up in the morning, heads downstairs. Surprisingly empty at the moment. And Heward's wiping down the bar. He looks at you and says, "Hey, morning! Good to see ya! Let me get the breakfast menu written up here, and then I'll get you guys something whipped up in a jiff." So then he turns around and starts writing on the chalkboard. And as you walk down and start to sit at the bar to put your meal in, you hear the door crack open behind you. And Heward kind of turns around and says, What is that?" And you see somebody run in, huffing and puffing and out of breath, says, "Quick! Everyone to the city square! The North Star has been stolen!"
I knew it.
And that's where we'll end for the evening.
I knew it.
There we go. You knew it?
I gotta write it down. Hold on.
Well, yeah, they were talking about it like it was God's gift. And it was clearly from Satan.
It's Santa's gift. Come on, man.
Oh my god.
Oh, that is it. Cool. So, we hope everybody has enjoyed this chapter, I will say, of A Stormy Night. Shout out once again to the subs, the raid. We had new followers. We had a hype train. This was a blast. This was so much fun. Thanks to everybody that came in. Thanks to everyone that chatted. Unfortunately, it is time for us to head back to the real world.
Boo.
Very much boo. All of the boo. So let us go raid into our friends over at the Careful Cantrip. They are in the midst of something called the Red Winds campaign, which sounds very, very exciting. And one of their tags they used is tacos. So,
Hey.
yeah, gotta love that for sure. But we will be back same bat time, same bat channel next week for part 3 of this mini-series, we'll call it. Thank you once again to Dragon's Nest Delivery for the partnership and for providing this wonderful story to tell. Thank you to Hexwood Creations for the wonderful products that you made and the partnership we have with you. Thanks to everybody that follows us on socials, follows us on the Discord. We love you. We very much appreciate you. You help, keep us going. And personally, I would like to say thank you to you 3 because this is fun to do. I love DMing. I love playing D&D. And you guys, the way you act, the way you interact with the world, with each other, makes it fun and special and frankly easy to do. So, thank you.
And thank you for DMing, because DMing is hard. And you do a great job.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. You just need to do it, for 5 years straight. And then before you know it, you'll be great.
God.
All right. But like I said, unfortunately, it's time for us to head back to the real world. So we will raid into our friends over at Careful Cantrip. Otherwise, we will see you for the next one.